Hello, everyone, and welcome to, I think it's episode 13 of Red Dead Redemption 2. And hello, special early hello to Drienne. I hope you have a wonderful Thursday. It is a huge bummer that Drienne isn't able to hang out for these episodes because they are intending to play this game for themselves. Before Drienne jumps out, we'll just get a quick autosave. And before we hit this button, and hello to Azric. Drienne, I presume that you saw the big news today that there is a third Life is Strange coming. It's Life is Strange Echo Beats. What is the name of it? Yes. I am so excited, especially since True Colors, Christ, it's going to be one of those titles that takes a little bit for me to remember, but I'm very, very excited. It put me into a very interesting position. We're going to get on with the horse riding because we'll have plenty of time to talk about this, but I will be especially missing your feedback on an issue that I have with the Life is Strange franchise. So, before we go wandering into the fields of entirely different franchises, which we will be doing absent any spoilers, I'm just going to ride down the road here a little bit, and we will interact with John and Javier, as I recall, in the world of Red Dead. Actually, let me pause for just a second, because so, at some point, I would like to interact with Drienne about a little bit of a moral quandary that I have surrounding the Life is Strange franchise, in that I love it and want to support it materially and financially, and also to play the games, but also have some issues with the way that one of the developers has engaged with non-union labor, specifically Deck 9, and we will talk about this at a later time. Oh my goodness! Jeez, I glance away for a second, and here is Malik, who has done a massive gift sub bomb. We are off to a huge start for episode 13. Malik, thank you so much. Let me really hate this scroll wheel. Okay, let me just head back. So let me just try to get up here. Hello to Azric, if I didn't catch that at all. Catch that yet, rather. But then Malik1290 comes in and has gifted subscriptions to Searchai, Wrestle Alex, Scrooge McDuck01, Filmman, a name I cannot pronounce, Zerder, Shurko, Jordan Wade, another name that I would hesitate to pronounce correctly, and Leanne Smith 20. Malik, thank you so much. That is never required or even expected, but it means a great deal. Thank you very much. Right, so as Drienne says, I really want to unlock my ability to use weapons as much as I want again. Geez, Malik, thank you very much. So, yeah, so Before the Storm, this is something that I've talked about in the past, about Before the Storm is a Life is Strange game that I had long since come to terms with the fact that I would not be playing at all, because it was made during the SAG-AFTRA strike, and through no malice and not even any real wrongdoing by the developers, they were caught in a situation where I suspected they had to make a choice to either cancel the project and fire everybody, or make the game with non-union labor so that they could, you know, be on time with their production and get the project out the door. And with the blessing, as far as I know, of Ashley Birch and other members of the team, they went ahead and they finished the project. And I have, for like the benefit of no one, really, no one has told me to do this, no one's talked to me about this, I've just decided I don't feel comfortable engaging with that product because it was made with non-union labor. So I have always decided not to get that. We don't own it, and I've said in the past that it was gifted to me. I would not intend to play it, certainly not on stream, as much as I want to. But it seems like Square Enix has come up with a loophole, and I'm not sure how I feel about it. And unfortunately, Drienne, I don't think we can engage with it right now because this is going to be plot, and I don't want you to get spoiled. But, yeah, so just 3-second pause. Drienne, let's touch base a little bit later on this, because I would love to hear from you and also everybody else in chat, because I'm really like, I was not expecting this particular turn of events, but we will cover that after the game that we are actually playing.
Can I help you there?
Sure. I'm supposed to meet my business partners here. They arranged a meeting, I believe, about some horses.
A fellow with a scar and a Mexican
Yes, sir.
out by the stables.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
Okay, I didn't mean to cut that off, but we're just... I'll say, like, maybe it's just me. I never thought that John Marston's scar was that noticeable. It's not like, who is it? Is it Eskel from the Witcher series? Like, that dude has some scars, right? Like, John just sort of has, like, I don't know, like a little bit of a scratch. I don't really think about it that much. Malik, so now Malik has cheered 2,000 bits. Thank you very much. Malik, all I can say is that I hope that we provide as much entertainment as... I hope that you feel that you get your engagement's worth. I really do. We aim to make a stream that is fun to watch and hopefully take some stress off of people's days or gives them someplace to channel their stress if something big is going on in the world. But seriously, it is very, very much appreciated.
You turn up in this town, and you're helping everybody. And everywhere.
And have you met my partner, Arthur Morgan?
No?
I met your son, the sheriff.
Okay.
Mr. Gray here was saying how he had problems with a family of degenerates.
Oh, well, nobody likes degenerates.
Hag and her inbred sons. They ruined this county. They killed my uncle, you know.
That ain't right.
Problem is, we can't be seen to get too close.
And?
We've got gold, Yankee. We've got gold.
I ain't no Yankee, friend. I ain't nothing. My daddy came over on the boat from Scotland.
I'm Scottish.
And the Braithwaites?
Goddamn peasants. I don't know. Mongrels. Slave fuckers. All you gotta do is look at them.
How much gold?
Enough. These are prized horses I'm talking about. Them, they'll get you 5,000.
5,000. For horses.
Easy.
And where do we sell them, these $5,000 horses?
Over in Clemens Cove. Fellow over there will run them out of state and give you 50 cents on the dollar.
Mister, you got yourself a deal.
Just keep us away from this. Publicly, I mean.
My sense is we keep all horse wrestling away from the public.
Hello to Shadow 9120.
South side of the manor. That's where they keep the thoroughbred.
And the answer is yes, playing this on PC, but with a Xbox controller. So you'll see some button prompts, but...
Passing you.
Yep.
I don't know if we're gonna get some dialogue here. Usually we do when we're riding with the gang.
Crazy old fool.
You should see the Braithwaite woman.
Hosea and Sean were planning on going over to the Braithwaites. You haven't seen them?
No, not yet. If they're there already, they better keep their heads down. We don't need this to be any more complicated than it already is.
$5,000 for horses. We've been robbing the wrong folk all these years.
Yeah, he doesn't know what he's talking about. But if we get even a third of that, it'll be worth it.
So how we gonna play this?
The place is well guarded, so there ain't no point in blasting in there. We'll make them think we're there looking to purchase.
3 armed men?
You'd be armed if you were about to spend 5,000 on horses. We should go in the back way, though. Avoid too many questions.
Shadow saying that it's running pretty well. Yeah, hopefully the stream looks as good as it does on screen. And also hello to Force, who says that...
Careful. There's a guard.
Oh, hold
I'll
on.
speak to him, okay?
All right, then.
Can I help you, gentlemen?
Yeah, we're here to see about some horses.
Horses?
Yeah, we had an appointment with Mr. Braithwaite, I believe.
Yeah, I never heard about any of this.
Our partner wanted to make a significant investment in some stables down here. But perhaps we should look elsewhere.
Well, okay then. Head on up to the stables. Someone will come see you.
Forrest is saying that she almost grabbed her, or spilled the wax warmer, spilling hot wax everywhere. Yeah, careful of that. Wax can get up off of a linoleum floor or like a tile floor without too much difficulty. You get that into fabric, that fabric's done. Because you can't, it's very, very difficult to get out.
That's
So,
it.
fortunately, it didn't,
Nice and easy. No need to rush.
didn't go over.
Don't want to draw any unnecessary attention.
But, Forrest, I got a chance to watch one of your videos about the,
All right. I think that's the stables just up ahead. Heads down, play cool. Head around the front, hitch up there.
the liquid nitrogen demonstration, but it looked like it cut off before you'd expected it to.
Let's hitch up here.
Hitch your horse. I'm gonna use this hitching station over here. Yalta's special. She gets her own station.
Let me do the talking.
When you see aim weapon come up, that's because I'm trying to like lock on to talk to him. There we go.
Hello there.
Can I help you boys?
I hope so. Heard you got some horses.
We always got horses.
Fine horses, I mean.
I don't get you, friend.
Yeah, you do. Come on.
Listen, why don't you get out of here? You, Scarface, and your greaser buddy.
Whoa.
I don't like officials.
We ain't officials. We're connoisseurs, looking to do some breedings. Come on now, partner.
Okay, fine. Follow me. These here's mainly the studs available for purchase or for working. If that's what you're interested in. What is you boys interested in?
We represent a famous stable and stud farm from Saratoga,
Is that so?
unofficially.
Of course. This here's Cerberus. Here you go, boy. Cerberus is a real reliable
Greaser, huh?
Okay, bandana's on. Don't need nobody recognized.
Oops.
All right, I'll grab the white one in the middle. You get the other two.
I really like the look of all these horses, by the way. So Shadow's asking, how do I feel about the
Come on.
game so
Good
far?
boy.
That will take somewhat
Easy now.
longer to explain.
Marshal, you're gonna tether him up to Javier's horse.
Okay.
Javier, you're gonna lead the stallions. There, boy.
This is a really beautiful horse. I'll be happy to go into that, but this mission might make it challenging based on the amount that's
Marshal,
happening.
you ride point. I'll cover up the back. If there's any problems, we regroup at Clemens Cove.
Okay.
Do we have to give these horses up?
What are you doing?
Let's go, quick!
Go, get out of here. I got the back.
What the hell you doing? Stop! Stop! We're being robbed! I said stop these men! Stop!
You son of a bitch!
Yeah.
More coming this way! Out of the fields!
One thing that I'm still trying to get used to in the carbine, oops, is that it feels like there's one press to
Keep going. I'll cover you.
shoot, and then a separate shot to like
We'll have to go through the fields!
ready the next shot. Okay. I really try to get that second guy. Okay, but go this way more.
There's a gap in the fence. We can get out that way. See if we can get rid of them in the trees.
Overall, Shadow,
We lost him.
I would say I'm really, really enjoying this game. I do have some more elaborate thoughts. Specifically, and I'll get interrupted in any second by dialogue, the game and its systems feel a little intimidating to me. Okay, just... Guy?
Too damn close. You see any more of them?
No, don't think so.
All right, let's get these horses to Clemens Cove quick before we run into any more trouble.
All right, I'm also going to feed Yalta because she deserves it. She's a little bit low on her heart core.
Whoa, you okay there, boy?
All right, can I do like a lasso the stallion?
stallions is
Okay,
loose.
crap.
Keep going.
Nope.
I'll get him. There we go. Easy.
You can release Eltree. Oh, and the rope will remain attached. Okay, that's good. So specifically what I mean is that this game has so much going on. There's... Okay, I don't know how fast I can go. Come on. There's so many mechanics, like managing your diet so that you're not overweight or underweight, properly killing the animals, supplying the...
Over here. You got him. Well done. Clemens Cove's just over there. Come on. Let's get this over with.
Well, that could have gone smoother.
That'll be on my gravestone. Come here.
It's just, sometimes it feels like a lot to keep in mind so that
They
you're...
look like they're paying $5,000 for horses.
Pause for a second. Just so that you feel like you're engaging with all the different game systems. Like, I don't think I'm ever going to be good at the gambling sections or even the hunting sections, but I love the fact that they're in here. And it's like, when I think about the size and scope of this game, it's like, oh boy, maybe I'll just play Tetris for a while or something.
I guess we'll see.
Sorry, sometimes there's sections where we're riding along for long periods and we can engage in conversation, and then sometimes we're in the middle of talking to a horse rustler. The controller's going nuts, by the way. Like, it's just in a constant vibration. This horse does not want to be here.
Gotcha.
Okay, assuming... All right.
What you boys want?
Heard you paid good prices for horses.
Oh, we'll buy more or less anything, Pop.
That so?
Sure, Pop. I'm Clay Davies. That's my brother Clive. We're twins.
John, Arthur, Javier.
So what are you? Cuban?
No,
I don't like Cubans.
that's so.
Maybe. Why, what do you care? You ain't Cuban.
Maybe I like Cubans.
Ooh, you're funny. He's funny. Ain't he funny, Clive? Clive don't talk. We're twins, but I was born first. He came out all yellow and black, but he's okay.
Sure.
Yeah, I know these horses. They ain't yours. But I like you, and I can give you $650 for them.
I was told we could get up to $5,000 for them.
And I was told the moon was made of ladies' tears. Only it ain't true. Not one little bit.
But
I like you boys, but I ain't got more than $700 on me. You want it, or you want to ride them fellers into town, and maybe someone there'll hang you?
We're gonna need more than that.
I ain't got no more money, Pop. Here, take it or leave it. Uh-huh.
all right.
You goddamn fool, Marston.
Ain't no one round here got $5,000, boys, but nice meeting you. See you boys again, I hope. Come on, yeah. Close the gate, Clive.
Look, we got $650 for basically about 20 minutes worth of work. And in this case, work was shooting people.
Spun us by one of that Gray family, and imagined we was gonna be wonderfully rich. At the end of it, we felt like prize idiots.
Hey, Silver, that's not too bad. Also, Forrest was saying things really went downhill for Tesla in a hurry, that guy looks like Nikola Tesla. I'm not sure that I've seen a picture of Tesla. Specifically, Nikola Tesla in my head looks like, oh darn it, what's the guy that plays Wolverine because of that movie? Remember The Greatest Showman? La 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 la. That was a song in that, I think. Hugh Jackman. Yeah. That's what I think Nikola Tesla looks like, and it's probably inaccurate. So I did not get 5 headshots, but I did catch the stallion real quick. And here's everybody's cut. Okay, so I can sell horses to Clay and Clive at Clemens Cove. They will pay more than a stable for stolen horses, but less for purchase horses. Sam Linder says, I come back to my computer with fajitas, and it's Angel. Yes. Thank you, and welcome back with the fajitas. Oh, so this is, I think this is Molly. It did not go, like, we didn't talk about it before. Hold on a second.
There she is.
Oh, you're gonna catch your death if you don't get warmer clothes.
Don't know what we're gonna do with you.
I don't either.
Buck up. It's gonna be all right.
Well, I'm not much company. Take care.
So in our last episode, there was a Molly icon, and we came over to talk to her, and she started in on an interesting line of dialogue, which was like, boy, I don't know who to talk to about this, but you know, Dutch is always going on about loyalty, and then she got interrupted. So I just wanted to acknowledge that there is an unresolved Molly story happening here.
Arthur.
No. No, I don't want to talk to Dutch yet. Okay, so we can go talk to Lenny. Probably go talk to Lenny. So we saved Dutch for last. I believe, factually or not, that talking to Dutch is more likely to advance the main storyline, mostly because he's the leader of the pack. You know, like if anybody's going to say, well, that's it. It's the end of the chapter. Time to go. It's going to be him. Like, I don't think Lenny has that authority. So we're going to go talk to Lenny for a bit and do whatever his quest is and then work our way down to visit Haseo. Mia says hi to everybody and hello back and hello to you, Chivalry.
If you're not interested, fine.
But yeah, I would say at the moment, Shadow, my thoughts on this game are unformed, except to say that mechanically I really like it, and in terms of its attention to detail, it is shocking. Speaking of attention to detail, I think I need to, like, go take a quick dip, because I'm looking a little bit grungy around the waistline here. Just do this for a second. We'll see if any of those stains go away. This is something that we discovered in the last game, that not only do you get cleaner, but you can actually see him get cleaner. I don't imagine, because also Tashir had mentioned, like, good old-fashioned swamp bathing. I would bet, and I haven't, you know, somebody else could confirm or deny, that you do get a lot cleaner, or cleaner for longer, if you go take a real bath.
Arthur,
Yes, kid.
you got a lot on?
Just hunting for all this hillbilly gold that Dutch and Hosea seem to think is out there just waiting to be stolen. Why?
I got something. Could be good.
Yeah?
Yeah, I was in Rhodes talking to some of the colored folk. They said there's a gang of fools holed up in the swamps east of here who think their war ain't never ended.
The Civil War?
Yeah, apparently it's still raging in these fools' minds 30 years later.
Okay.
That ain't my point. These ignorant fools are weapon dealers. And in their dealing sometimes sit on a decent pile of cash. Yeah, been selling weapons to Cuba and South America for years. Anyway, the old boy I was talking to reckoned there might be a bunch of cash just sitting around. And failing that, maybe a nice stash of weapons.
With just a bunch of crazies, Gardner?
Exactly.
Well, worth taking a look at least, isn't it?
That was my thinking. Said it was at some place called Shady Bear, deep in the woods.
Okay.
crazies, but militia members. Like, they're probably not going to take too kindly to
I was
people
hoping you'd be in.
taking their
If that's
stuff.
how they told it, it's gonna be something, all right.
We'll see.
I felt a little self-conscious negotiating for those horses with the stable hand while looking kind of rolled around in the dust. Figured we'd jump in the lake, try to get a little bit more presentable.
Come on, it's this way. On me. Cha.
You know, I might have met these crazies before.
You been drinking again?
No. Well, yes, but no, that's not how I might have met them. I think some of them harangued me and Sadie when we were coming back with supplies.
Mrs. Adler.
Yeah. And Mrs. Adler did just fine. More than fine, actually. She's terrifying. But I got a notion these fellers is one and the same.
Yeah, we won't find no shortage of angry Peckerwood idiots in the state of Lemoyne. That's for sure.
Is it really that different in this state? We haven't come far.
It seems like it is.
These boys got a manner about them I haven't necessarily noticed.
All respect, Mr. Morgan. You wouldn't notice. Might call you a nigger lover. They see us riding like this. But most of it is a glance or a word. And after that, a visit in the night.
Well, out west, it's...
Out west is out west. And you're all who you are. Right? Decent folks. But some places down here, they judge differently.
Well, Anna, guess it can't be so easy for you, Lenny. I'm sorry you're caught up in this.
Well, I guess their gold's still shining. And their guns still shooting. So I'm game for robbing any and every one of these bastards for all they got.
Okay, then.
Plus, it beats being lynched back in Blackwater with all of you by my side.
I guess it does.
So Shadow had asked, are we focusing more on the story or doing a mix of side missions and other stuff? So anytime there's been a side mission by like the white dots, the white marks on the map, I've always tried to prioritize those so that we don't accidentally advance the story beyond the point that we can do those. I want to make sure that anything that has story content or dialogue I do. In terms of the side challenges, I've been slowly working up towards like the hunting or the gambling challenges. Like my next gambling challenge has to do with blackjack.
Like we're close. It's a rundown old plantation house down in the bayou somewhere.
Let's take it slow. Be cautious. If, like you say, these crazies are sitting on weapons, we're gonna want to strategize a little before getting shot at.
Of course. They said find the old battlefield and keep on going.
Yeah, I've been here before. I can see the wrecked old Civil War weaponry. But where are the wrecked old Civil War holdouts?
See that church up ahead? They're supposed to use it as an outpost. Heard they got men going between here and the big house all day.
Okay.
The next gambler challenge requires like winning it at blackjack in a particular way, and to the best of my knowledge, we have not seen a blackjack table.
Look at this field. Imagine getting caught up in a fight like this.
Yeah, I don't care to. Hold those reins in. Let's just take a look around the place.
I hear you. It doesn't look like anyone's here.
We don't know that for sure. Let's have us a nosy.
Hear that? Someone's on the track.
Oh, is he writing or drawing? Jeez. Saw an old church, found it interesting, not sure why.
Look there, a wagon.
Let's see where he's going. You're on me now.
Right behind you.
Let's keep our distance. Just two fellers out on the road.
Those crates in the back, they look like explosives to you?
Could be. Worth a follow, at least.
You sure we want to be this close?
No, I was just thinking that, Lenny. Also, Forrest is saying I go to work in a lab with $500,000 worth of equipment and day 4
think I see
unwashed
something.
hair.
End of the avenue, between the trees.
Might be it. Might be. Keep it steady.
Like COVID-19.
Hey,
Okay.
big plantation house. Must be Shady Bear.
Where?
I reckon we can leave our mounts up there, off the trail.
Good enough to me.
Oh,
Hey, is that horse okay?
COVID-19 is the first time in many, many, many years that I've been able to go into...
We can get a view on them from that wall up there. Bring your sighted rifle, okay?
Sighted rifle.
I'll take the other side.
Hold on. Been able to go into work... Okay, I think the rolling block rifle is my sniper rifle, but let's just make sure if I don't have anything else good. I don't remember if the Springfield rifle also has... That might also have scope on it. As far as I'm concerned, like whether you're in a lab or like working in a server room or even at your desk, if the work is getting done, like let people dress and be how they want to be. So yeah, 4-day unwashed hair or whatever. Hey, if you know the science, what do I see
Just
through my
a
scope?
moment.
Okay.
When you've had a look, tell me what to do.
Use your weapon scope
I
to
know
investigate Shady
dynamite
Bell.
crates when I see them.
You got something, right?
Oh, we got something.
Yep.
We can hit them head on, fight them honest. Or you could go down there acting friendly.
No.
Friendly? With these folks?
Just draw them into one spot, then I'll start shooting.
Well, that might be the dumbest idea I've ever heard. But hey, I'm always up for a performance.
That seems like a super bad idea, especially based on what Lenny was saying on our way in.
What are we doing?
Instruct Lenny. I'm gonna shoot the dynamite, yeah.
Gonna hit them head on. You save your play acting for Hosea and the girls.
Fine by me. So, you gonna make a move?
Okay, well, okay, before I shoot, is there any patrol... Yeah, hold on, Lenny, hold on. We're just looking. That's not dynamite down there as well, is it? I don't think it is. What is that sound?
We're here for your guns and your money. Give them up. Shit! Here I go.
Lenny, okay. I guess we're doing this now.
You didn't get the news? The fight's over.
Oh, my hat, darn it!
Move in, man. Now.
Right here, you dumb son of a bitch.
Okay, everybody remember which log I was behind when I lost my hat. I want that back.
Look out, he's firing.
Hell, that's not shoot. We ain't being robbed. We're gonna add you. I'm making a move. Still alive?
Oh, man.
Just barely.
Sometimes I can hear the gunshots and see the shrapnel, but I'm not sure where it's all coming from.
You got a cachet for us?
Okay, this is me trying to get down behind something. We good?
Quick! Any men in the area would have heard that. They might be on the way. Now let's grab something and get out.
Sounds like a plan.
Search the area for
Let's
weapons.
search these wagons, okay?
All right, I don't think I'm gonna have time to go back for my horse. Or hat. Tashir loves the sniper. Yeah, that was a fun position when we were all the way back. As soon as Lenny was pushing forward, I was like, hold on, yeah, I need to support this. So I got closer than I otherwise would have.
Hey, this could be promising.
What do you got?
This. I don't know how to indicate that I'm seeing it.
I think we should search the crates, Arthur.
Search crates. How do I...
Search them.
Okay, what is the search crate button? So, like, normally you'd come up behind here and be like, hold Y or something, and I can't seem to get up into the wagon. A doesn't do it, B doesn't do it, X doesn't do it. Unless it does.
This is full of new rifles.
We can sell those, right?
We sure can. We'll check the rest later. Now, come on. Let's go.
Oh, hello to Brian, who just raided over.
Get this back to camp.
Yep.
All right, I really want to search all the bodies and go get my hat, but I guess we'll drive this dynamite wagon. So also to answer Shadow's question, so due to totally other circumstances, we were away from this game for like a month. This is the second episode that we've done this week. But before that, it was back in February. So I'm also getting reacquainted with...
Come on. G up. Fall in.
with the controls in some of the systems. So things like, how do you climb into the back of a wagon? Well, I hope Yalta's coming.
Hey, riders, coming our way.
Okay. Keep a cool head.
What's the black feller doing coming out of Shady Belle? In one of our wagons.
You see, we already dropped a bunch of your people to get this wagon. You gonna make us drop the three of you as well?
You hear that?
The fuck? Get your gun out, moron.
Bitch got me.
Okay. So, that was me being completely useless because...
All right. I can't see anyone chasing us.
All right.
I should think we're out of the woods then, so to speak. Boy, oh boy. You did good.
We did it.
Well, let's get to camp before saying anything like that.
I know Sean's been bringing in quite a lot lately, and I wanted to... It's good to have something to show like this.
Sean's a loudmouth bragger. Don't worry about what Sean does.
Hey, I like him, you know?
Well, so do I. There's no better judgment. Just, you worry about you. He wasn't on Leviticus Cornwall's train with me. We had to dig him out of Blackwater. But nothing. Me and Dutch, and everyone who counts, we know what you do for this gang. We notice. Keep it up. You're gonna start seeing things change for you.
Okay, then. Okay. Thank you, Arthur.
I think Lenny lost his hat too. Brian asks, how's everybody doing? Doing well. It's been a little bit light on the conversation for this episode, only because there's been so much plot happening. This is a rare example of I did not put it into
Hey, the camp's in these trees.
cinematic mode here.
Let's get there.
Yeah, how was Horizon Zero Dawn? Brian. I know you've been replaying that recently, as has I Moo Do You Moo 2. No, actually, is she playing for the first time? She's playing for the first time.
Arthur, Lenny, coming back.
These are fine rifles.
Right?
I'm gonna keep one, just for me. Hey, I always enjoy riding with you, kid. You know how to fight.
Hey, you too. Anytime, Arthur.
Is there supposed to be a pistol on the side of this rifle? Or is that a bug? Wait, now it's gone. Okay, that was weird and kind of funny. Okay, so Shadow was confirming. When that came out, I was like, okay, that seems very unlikely, but I don't want to, like, betray how little I know about Old West gun technology. Was there a time that they had a pistol on the side of a rifle for some reason? Okay, so, kill 10 with a long-scoped rifle. The only thing I can think of, because I only used the one rifle the whole time, so apparently it wasn't a long-scoped rifle. Complete within 11 minutes. Yeah, I probably could have been faster on that. But we did get 70% accuracy, which is surprising, and not take any health items. Force is saying it's for your friend standing next to you like a sidecar. Yes, short-range defense. If you're looking down the scope, and your attention is 1,000 yards away, the pistol is there so that if somebody like pops up immediately in front of you before you can react with the scope, your buddy can reach over and pull the trigger on a little side pistol. It's extremely valuable in that one and only that one circumstance. So apparently I'm freezing to death. It is 70 degrees. Short sleeves. It doesn't seem that bad. Now, how's my health? Oh, actually I'm doing really well. I need a cigar. Let's see. Or brandy.
That's right.
Alright, doing good. And aside from that, I don't need any of our... Okay, so there is something in here I can take, but it keeps flashing by so quickly. There it is, gin. Yes, please. So here's an interface question for people that know. When you're standing in front of a wagon like this, and there's, like, multiple things, is there any, like, way to cycle between them except to move the camera around? I'm fine moving the camera around, but I'm curious if there's, like, a Knights of the Old Republic style, like, go left and right down the things that are visible. Okay, Shadow's saying I don't think so.
Arthur.
No. Dutch, we will be with you later. So, I need the following things in the following order. Apparently I need a coat.
Mr. Morgan. Yes, Reverend.
Do you think the Pinkertons are finally gonna kill us?
Perhaps.
I'm so worried.
All right, well, I should be getting on.
All right.
I know you can hear me.
Dutch is at my tent. Well, no, actually he's close to my tent. I'll just go around this side. Okay, I don't need to shave yet, but I do want to change... Nope, change clothing. We're gonna go with his... Yeah. Apparently I'm super cold, so I gotta put on a coat. And... Yep, that got my hat back, so that's good. Oh, you know what? I could, go to bed for the night. Before I go to bed, though, let me see if I can get some stew. The game once said that you have to wait several days between having stews, but my experience has been is that it's available once a day.
I told Dutch. I feel I should tell you. I saw some of Combs' boys riding around.
Down here? What they want?
I have no idea.
They see you?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, thanks for letting me know, Kieran.
Mm-hmm.
Forrest says you have to shave in this game too. I can't even be asked to shave in real life. Yeah, so you don't have to, but much like The Witcher 3. So here's something that I've been wondering. Like, this game has an extremely high attention to detail, but I do have to wonder if certain features, like the hair cutting and the real-time beard growth in particular, if that was inspired by The Witcher 3. And no shame if it was. Yeah, if somebody's got a good idea in the gaming industry, you want to see that used a lot because it's a good idea and you want to have more of it. All right, just eat the stew. Eat the stew. But also, I just like how the character looks better when he's not... when he doesn't have a mountain man... beard coming down to his the middle of his chest. So, I could play some poker, but since I don't have any... What's it called? Challenges. Let's... I can never find anything in this camp.
Stay away from me.
But I got a tip.
That's exactly what I'm afraid of.
Oh, it's a goodie, I'm telling you.
It always is with you. Then we end up heading in a burning barn getting shot at.
You're a sad man, Arthur Morgan. Sad man indeed.
All well?
Can't complain.
Glad to hear it.
But yeah, to go to what Shadow said, generally in games, I like to do anything that is story related. When I start skipping story content, that's usually a good... Wait, cigarettes. Shave... Oh, okay, so check this out. So if you hold down left trigger and you do left and right, then you can select different things. Like I can take that hair pomade. Okay, so that is helpful. I will try that next time. Let's sleep, and we're going to get a good 8 hours sleep. And then we're going to go do the next, well, whatever the next story quest is. Where I am usually more willing to bypass content is when it's like tertiary stuff. It's like, you know, go find 100 pigeon feathers in Grand Theft Auto 4. And also, there's no gameplay benefit or other thing that unlocks. It's just to get the achievement. I like achievements. I will go for achievements when it's sort of like advances how you play the game and opens up new options and gets you to try different strategies. But when it's do this incredibly tedious thing for no other reason than the bragging rights of saying that you did it, that's where I'll be like, nah, no. Force says, yeah, if I'm skipping any story content in a game, that usually means I'm severely disinterested or overwhelmed. Okay, so we can go talk to Bill, which I really shouldn't have gotten on the horse. So I'm going to go talk to Bill. Yeah, so the reason we want to go see Hosea is because this is the other side of the let's steal all the gold heist. But we just had a chat with Uncle. I don't know if the conversation with Bill is related. We'll go check him out. I actually work with multiple Bills.
We need to talk to you.
What is it?
We got something cooking you might be interested in.
Am I gonna like the sound of this?
Been cooking since Horseshoe, but you went and kicked up all that commotion in Valentine. Now, we was preparing to rob the bank there until you got involved in all that nonsense, and I don't know, I just feel like it's unfinished business.
That wasn't my fault. It was just one of them things.
How come every time I get in trouble, I'm called a fool and an idiot? But when you get in trouble, oh, it's just one of them things.
It's a good point, Arthur.
A very good point.
All right, well, what do y'all want me to do?
Hit the goddamn bank with us.
You really think it's worth going back there?
4 of us can hit the bank easy, but I ain't gonna lie to you. There will be law if we linger.
And if serious?
No, just local boys being rounded up and pressed into action.
Meaning?
If we go in quick and quiet, we can hit it just fine. If there's 4 of us, I mean.
Y'all think it's worth the risk?
It's a bank, Arthur.
So? Is the take good?
According to the fella I met, yes. It's the end of the stock sales. Plenty of money and plenty of people milling about.
Okay, I suppose. It's worth taking a look at least.
If I'm gonna be performing, I better go get changed out of these rags. Give me a minute, gentlemen.
Okay. So, Bill, this better be good.
It is good. We put a lot of research into this one.
I hope so.
Mr. Morgan.
Herr Strauss?
That man. The debtor, Thomas Downs, apparently he's dead.
Dead? Huh. Well, he didn't seem very well.
His wife. I believe he has a wife and child. She will assume the debt, of course.
Of course.
Then you can head up there and collect. We lent them a lot of money.
Okay.
Gentlemen, let's go rob ourselves a bank.
What's the plan, then?
Oh, we're gonna send Karen on in ahead as a distraction. Then we're just gonna rush on in afterwards. Just a small bank in a little town. Nothing that big in way of security. We just need to bring you along as a insurance policy.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
All right. Follow me.
Where did we get these Old West Matrix clothes from? This is a completely new costume change.
So, tell me again about this big can't-go-wrong plan of yours.
Oh, it can go wrong. Anything can, once the shooting starts.
Well, that's reassuring.
Like I said, we'll see how it looks. If we can get in all right, we'll send Miss Jones ahead to the bank. They won't recognize her.
I'll show you boys how it's done.
What are you thinking this time?
I don't know. Fellers always like a lost little girl, but nobody plays a drunken harlot quite like me. It should work.
Once she's got them distracted, we'll move in.
When I was scouting the place the other day, there was only a couple of guards.
We deal with them and any customers who are feeling brave. And you always fancy yourself as the Vault Man, right, Arthur?
Now I see why you brought me.
Hey, I'm more than willing.
Nah, best I do it.
Oh, and did Dutch tell you I've also been cooking up some deals with them Gray Boys?
What?
Whoops.
No. What kind of
Okay.
deals?
What's it? You don't realize, Morgan. I'm out there putting in the work same as you. I've been drinking with them a couple times now. Seems they're looking for some extra security.
Yeah, I'm sure they are.
Could be something in it for us.
Well, just be smart about it. We got a lot of irons in that fire right now.
Yes, I know, Morgan.
Can't believe you got me going back to Valentine.
Don't tell me it ain't hurt you leaving that bank behind.
Not really.
Work a town and not hit the bank? That's downright pathetic.
I guess we went a bit beyond working it. We shot the place to hell.
You did, Morgan. Not me. I played it cool up there. Couple of punch-ups, dealt with some O'Driscolls.
Ah, is that right?
Like I said, you mess up, it's just one of them things. I mess up, I'm the prize idiot.
Well, Bill, I don't know what to tell you.
Surprised you ain't already ripped me about that dynamite again. One mistake, and I'll never live it down.
What do you need? Pat on the back? A medal?
Just know, I got the lead on this one.
We'll see about that once things get going. So, thinking this through. You rob Cornwall's train. We shoot a heap of his men in Valentine. We rob his stagecoach.
This is just dawning on you now?
And now, we're going back to the one place he knew where to find us.
That's the genius of it. Folk never look at what's right under their nose.
I ain't sure that's always true.
What's happened to you? You're getting real nervy in your old age.
The last few weeks happened.
Forget about Cornwall. He can't have many men left at this point. Got a bit hairy in that barn, but we all walked away fine from that.
Didn't walk away with much.
If 4 of us could deal with them in Valentine, and 4 of us could deal with them after the coach robbery, I ain't too worried.
If you say so.
Hello to Caroluna.
We need to move quick once we're in Valentine. I'm sure they ain't forgotten us.
Of course! In and out! Dutch is gonna love this.
Let's get it done first. So, how are you feeling about this, Lenny?
Well, at first I thought it was a bad idea. But then I figured, they all are if you think about them, Lenny.
Certainly have been recently.
I mean, why the hell not? Roll with it. I just told him we needed you along.
I appreciate the confidence, kid.
And if we didn't rob this bank, we really would be slipping.
Thoughts like that? And you're one of us, no doubt.
Sure hope so.
All right. Guess we're doing this, then. Glad you and Lenny are along for this, Karen.
Someone's got to keep you boys out of trouble. I ain't sure even Lenny can be relied on to keep his head.
That'll have to wait. We're here. Let's take it nice and easy.
No lie, I really was surprised when they wound up leaving Valentine without robbing the bank, because there had been some conversation about it. I think specifically from Karen, that she had a lead on, like, that it would be worthwhile. But then they left and it didn't come up, so I sort of thought that, oh, maybe that was just a dropped opportunity. Yeah, Caroluna, I hope that you're having a great Thursday. Looking forward to a nice weekend. Before we end this stream, can anyone... I want to make sure that we talk... I want to mention Tashir's video that he showed this last weekend, because I forgot to do so yesterday, and it was great. And I don't want to leave it undiscussed again.
All right, gentlemen, here we are.
Okay.
Wait.
Get ready.
Wait, I am getting ready. So, nope. Oh, I can't switch up my weapons. Okay, so we're locked in.
Karen, go to work.
Of course. All right, keep it cool and follow me, fellers.
I do like this outfit in a Jean-Claude Van Damme does a Western kind of way.
So, we never decided. Is it lost little girl you want, or the drunken harlot?
The thing is, I think she can do Drunken Harlot. I want to see her do Lost Girl.
I think I'd like to see the little girl lost.
So even you long to save the fallen women, eh, Arthur? You break my heart. You really do.
And hello to Moo, by the way.
Good luck, gentlemen.
We got this.
I'm not sure this is quite the place.
Okay, we're going.
No, hold on. Wait till she's got him reeled in.
Would you care to...
I'm with child, and it's... I don't want to go back to the workhouse.
Am I allowed to put on my mask yet? Because I kind of feel like I want it.
Get your goddamn hands up! This is a goddamn robbery!
Nobody move! No word up! Nobody move! Don't make us hurt you! Here! Unlock the door!
It's unlocked! We're good!
Oh, you think we're here? Come on! Come on! Yeah. Open the goddamn vault! Open it!
How's it going in there?
Too slowly! You better get that door open right now.
I'm nearly there.
If I was the man on the opposite end of this gun, I would be dead, because I would not be able to work my fingers. Are you serious, dude? Come on.
slow! I'm in! Someone come make sure the chute behaves himself in here.
Where's the drawer?
Open the lockboxes now!
The manager does that.
God damn it! Now what?
Guess I'll crack them or blow them up. Keep an eye out. I'll be as quick as I can.
Also, I need to get to the other side
Yeah,
here.
I think I should be able to crack these.
All right, but you better be quick. You shut the hell up and stay still.
As you rotate the safe dial, rotation on L will slow down the closer you are to the correct safe number. Okay. This is the... Okay, is that good? Yes. Wait, it just vibrated.
How much time do you think we got?
I really should have just blown them.
Me too. Boys, you need to move this along.
Come on, make it quick. How are you getting on?
Going as fast as I can. This is slower, but it's quieter.
Okay.
Hey, watch him there.
Don't worry.
Also, I suppose if we blew the safes, we might have, like, singed the money or something. This is probably the safer option.
Please, let me go. I won't say nothing. I swear.
Shut the hell up and stay where you are. Bill, how's it going in there?
We're getting there. Few more minutes. How's it looking there?
Good.
Told you.
Don't count your chickens just yet.
I'm curious for people who have played this before. How many of you did crack the safe on, like, your first go versus blow the safe? Because I sort of chose the first thing that I saw because I was distracted by the fact that I was sort of pinned behind the desk by Bill Williamson and his hostage. And I gotta say that so far I actually feel kind of okay about this choice.
Look out at the door.
Tashir blew the safe.
That's another one cleared. This is looking good.
How much longer?
Nearly there.
Sorry, partner. Shit. Hurry up.
I heard. Go on.
I mentioned this before, but I once saw it was one of those more than human kind of like breathless documentaries, but it was a video about somebody who could he worked as like a safe designer and so forth. I want to say, but he actually did have like hypersensitive feelings in his fingers and could actually break a safe this way. And it's just amazing. It's amazing the level of detail that he was able to discern in some of the tests that they put up. Okay, that feels like all the safes, and I did not expect to get all of them. Is there anything else in here? Regroup? No, that's it.
Gentlemen, hurry! We seem to have some company.
And an extra $1.98 just to round it out.
We all around. No escape. Assuming folk ain't dead in there, you won't swing. I said come out now!
What do we do?
I don't know. Give me a second. If the shooting starts, you're all dead.
I'll go. Follow me.
What are you, insane?
Probably. Don't shoot! Don't shoot him! I made a terrible mistake.
Get out of there, miss!
Sorry.
Okay, so I feel like I took my bandana off accidentally at some point. It's not really what I intended.
Up there on the balcony! Who's got him? Let's move! They don't leave Valentine alive! Let's go! Come on!
Alright, one of these is mine. I'll take the one with the saddle. Wait, return to Bill? Who cares about Bill? I won't kill him, I'll just knock both his arms off. Okay, it feels like a bit late for this, but I'm gonna put my bandana back on. Oh, hello to Dingus. Yes, we are robbing a bank. Who are we shooting at?
They're still coming!
I want to get them. Oh, that's a bush, not a person. I don't use the scope on this carbine very much.
Look out!
Trying to get him. Okay, anybody else? Okay, I want to make sure we got more than the hat. So, Forrest is asking if the wanted level is a reflection of that. Yeah, I kind of think it is, because I got made. So, hold on. I need... You know what's great for a situation like this? Some gin. You can drink it right through the bandana.
We got more coming in!
Yeah, if I think I was supposed to put the bandana on again before approaching the door, but it did not occur to me that Arthur took taking it down automatically and then would not put it back up automatically. That is my failure of imagination. He really got into his safe cracking.
Come on, get across! Gotta beat that train, Morgan!
I am... No, go faster than that! Okay. My mustache ain't no good in this situation.
Thank you, gentlemen. That was...
Stupid and dangerous. Thank you, Bill.
We're alive, and we're paid.
Yeah.
I don't see the problem.
Yeah, and that is the problem. Still, this is a very good take. That you'll be happy, even if it did come with a heap of trouble.
Ah, it was fun.
Well, maybe you're right. Now, go on, get out of here. I have some other business to attend to. Don't head directly back to camp, and make sure you ain't followed.
All right, good. I was going to say, does he get changed? We don't want to wear our Halloween costume dungarees.
Yeah.
Force says this game is $40 on Steam. That is a great price for it. I do also know that for people that are only interested in the online portion of it, that was dirt cheap for a while. Like, what was it? Like $5-10, something like that. I think the price might have gone up since then, but honestly, I would recommend the whole package. Yes, the story mode is going to be comparatively finite, but I find it ever so much more engaging to do these things in the context of a story and the characters and the world. Also, we're gonna have to check to see what the wanted level is, because whatever I just got for a take, we're gonna have to pay down that bounty. I don't feel like dodging bounty hunters a whole bunch. So Chivalry said, I shared that you were robbing a bank with Mia. The blinding rage that erupted is noteworthy. She's upset that you get to rob a bank and upset that she doesn't get to watch. Well, the good news is the VOD will be up so that she'll be able to watch it when Mia starts playing Red Dead Redemption 2 story mode for the very first time. That'll be happening somewhat after... Somewhat after... What's the phrase? Graveyard Keeper is done. So I've got a little bit of path here ahead. So this past weekend, Tashir over at Tashir Games, that's Tashere Games, he shared a video that he had done, it looked like a couple years ago, which was about the... It sort of took a number of photographs and vlogs that he had done during the development of the studio where he streams and does his, like a lot of his music development now. And it was sort of like a short, like not retrospective, but like a montage of the way the whole thing came together and then the finished result. It's so good. Like, Tashir, if you are still here, if you want to put a direct link to that YouTube video, I cannot recommend it highly enough. I will frequently lurk in streams. Like, I will talk about things that we see in Sam Melander's stream or Moo's stream or Brian's stream or Tashir's stream. And a lot of times, like, it's on and we're watching, but it's sort of like, I usually don't, if I have something to say, I'll get engaged with the chat. But lots of times I like sort of like watching what it is that others are saying and listening to the streamer and having it on in the background before I go to whatever this is. I don't know what Down's thing is, but like that was a case where like posted like that was awesome. Like that was awesome. Yes. So Tashir has put the video up. You know, feel free to watch it now or at least open it up in another tab. It was 9 years ago yesterday. That's how that, you know, wow, I thought it was I didn't realize it has been that long, but please open that up and give that a look. It is so good, and the music is Tashir's own, and it draws from footage or photographs from the entire sort of development process. And what I loved about it was it's about making something. Like, I've done little video montages here and there about things like we've done, but this was about the creation of something brand new from a space that was otherwise like it wasn't a creative space, and Tashir made it into one. He created a space where he can be creative, and I highly recommend watching that video because I thought it was so good. And I forgot to call that out in the last episode and was like, we're gonna make sure that we hit that this time. So this is new. We have not been here before.
My husband's not cold in the ground, and you've come back here.
Oh, right.
Archie, I nearly paid off what was owed.
Your husband knew the rules when he took that money. Now, I'm real sorry about the way things turned out, but he had a choice. Ain't my fault about the way the world is.
He didn't have a choice. He was good, and he did good. There wasn't no choice in that. And you've as good as killed him yourself, and don't kid yourself. You had a choice.
You speak as if killing was something I cared about.
You ever wonder about eternity? You should.
I hope it's hot and terrible, Mrs. Downs. Otherwise, I'll feel I've been sold a false bill of goods. Now, please, give me that money. Either you got a lazy eye or lack of respect. Which is it, boy?
I ain't got no lazy eye. No respect for the likes of you.
Well, maybe when your mother's finished mourning your father, I'll keep her in black on your behalf. You think on that, boy?
Well, maybe you shall, sir. And maybe other events will transpire.
You best stick to them books, because mark my words on this. Vengeance is an idiot's game. Ah, Mrs. Downs, thank you for your punctuality. It's next to godliness, isn't it?
That's cleanliness.
I'll have to take your word on that. Good day.
Yeah, sorry, that was the debtor that Herr Strauss had remarked upon when we were going on that mission, which seemed like a complete non sequitur. It didn't occur to me that that's where Arthur was going to go immediately afterwards. Whoever it was, or whatever, you know, however many people were responsible for writing Arthur's various threats, I tip my cap to them because he's very good. $20,000. Wow. And only a bronze. What did we miss? A headshot, 5 mounted lawmen during the horseback escape. Get to Downs Ranch within a minute 55. Complete with at least 70% accuracy. I never get the... Well, I sometimes get those. I think one of my favorite Arthur lines so far was... It was like... Micah or somebody made some sort of comment about how... you're going to have to sleep with your eyes open. And Arthur bit back, you're going to sleep with your chest open. If you don't tell me what's going on. Like, whatever his line was, you're going to sleep with your chest open. That is so far my favorite Arthur comeback. Okay, so, quest accomplished. And I think so, as he said, punctual. Yeah, 7:25. Wow, we get to hang out at camp. So, I'm going to see if we can have some stew again. I can't find anything in the camp, ever.
For cold weather.
Also, I don't... 70 degrees seems a little bit warm for this jacket, but... Alright. Here's what we'll do, then. Oh, no! All my cores are full, so I don't even need it. Alright, I'll tell you what. Let's do a couple hands of poker. If poker is... Oh, hey, Tilly. No.
How are you?
Not in the mood for dominoes.
Let me ask you a question.
Oh, God.
If I was to kill Miss Grimshaw, would Dutch be mad?
I think, as a general rule, Dutch likes to avoid murder within the camp. I mean, there was that one time, but he was a traitor. But Miss Grimshaw, well, Dutch has a soft spot for her.
I thought as much. Was she always like this?
I ain't quite old enough to know.
No, of course. So as long as you've known her?
She's always liked her swill of vinegar.
I'd like to give her a swig of arsenic.
Just do it discreetly.
I will. You fancy a game of dominoes?
No.
Sure, why not?
If I'm playing with you, she'll leave me alone.
Can't believe the dominoes survived Blackwater, but my necklace didn't.
Oh, yeah. I thought something looked different.
Well, I stole that one. I'm sure I can steal another easy enough.
I'll keep my eye out for you, too.
Okay, well, I'm glad that we got a new item request. Has asked for a necklace. Tilly, I will keep that in mind, I promise. So, people in the real world have attempted to teach me dominoes, and they might as well be trying to teach me how to give birth. I'm just not gonna be able to pick it up. I feel bad that she, like, set up the game and all, but let's find... Yeah, no, hold on. There's no poker here. Huh. Alright. So, I could ride... Well, actually, no, I can't ride into town to take a bath because I think that we're wanted now everywhere. Oh, $120. Shit, I can afford that. We got away with 20 grand and I'm wanted for $120. They need to rethink their fining system. So I'd go to the... Yeah, you know what? I'd go to the post office, go to Stagecoach. If I go here... Do we think I can get to the post office here before the law catches on to the fact that I'm in town? Pay down the debt and then go take a bath. Oh, we can take it to show. Yep. Okay, we're going to go do this. Sorry, everybody. If you had poker, we'd be hanging out, but time to go. Cara Luna is headed off to bed. Cara Luna, thank you so much for hanging out. I hope you have a great night. Cara Luna has, by the way, been playing a game. I don't know if we talked about this during Red Dead, but Cara Luna's been playing a game called Overload, which turns out to be a... I can't really call it a remake of Descent, but it's so clearly Descent that it's hard to discuss it in any other terms. And it also looks really good. It seems very difficult. While we were watching... I cannot talk to... Oh, yes, I can.
Gotta
Sadie.
help anyone tries to get past you.
Evening, Arthur.
Whoops. I like that Sadie's in the gang. I mean, I guess that she didn't have a lot of other prospects, but Sadie is the woman that we found at the very beginning of the game in the custody of the... Were they the O'Driscolls? I don't remember who the rival gang was, but they had sort of moved in, killed her husband, and were keeping her around. And in what capacity is left a little bit ambiguous, but no good kind of capacity. So when we got there, Arthur said, oops, hold on.
This ain't what we asked for at all. What is this, a joke? You trying to pawn crap off on us? I've had enough of this. Both of you get your hands up. Now!
Serves him right.
What? Shit.
Yep.
I'm gonna miss... No. Crime reported to who? There was a lawman right on the other side of that dell, was there? Okay. Well, if that crime was reported, we might as well do more crime. Crime reported. The guy pick up his cell phone, I guess. So Cara Luna says it needs a difficulty level between where I started and where I changed it to. Also, using the map properly gives them issues. Yeah, 3D maps are, they vary widely in quality. Investigating. Shit, we gotta get out of here. Okay, that's not what I meant. Okay, we are on an all-new track. They're investigating. I'm not Arthur Morgan. I've never even heard of that man. Hopefully we can get through here without shattering the wheels off the axle. Okay. This is called cowboying. Okay, now we have to get to the wagon fence. So I'm going to go up here now. Which wasn't my original destination. Simlander says, the lawman is in the dell, the lawman is in the dell, hi-ho, the Cheerio. The lawman is in the Cheerio. Is that how that goes? What do I think it is? Why do I think it was something different? And I can't even put my finger on what it would be. Alright, so we're gonna do something that I don't think you'd want to do with wagons in the era, and go over here. Like, Shadow was asking earlier about, like, side content. I don't know that I'm gonna come back and hunt the legendary animals. Like, it's like, okay, I guess I could. Really want some more rum. On the one hand, it does feel like missing out on content. On the other hand, like, the other things there are to do in the game just appeal to me more. I'll tell you this, if the outfits that you could unlock by hunting the legendary animals were nicer, if they were neater, then I'd probably want them. But it's like, hey, instead of Arthur's hat, you have a big bear head on Arthur's head. It's like, I don't want that. It seems silly. It was Cheerio, where Sam landed. What do I think of? Hi-ho the Dario. That's what it was where... Ooh, don't do that. Yeah, so in my part of the United States, it was Hi-ho the Dario. I do not want to flip this wagon. I bet you we get almost as much for this wagon as we do for the bounty that I gotta pay off. Or at least hopefully the bounty for the murder that was done. Grumpy is being held down by 4.5 pounds of kittens. I can understand that. It's purring an unbreakable force field. Yes. It's been a while since this has been a thing, but I remember growing up, I never slept more soundly than when there was a cat also sleeping in the bed. Something about the way that cats relax, just like really put me at ease, and I would be able to sleep very soundly. I'm working on it, man. The horses don't want to go into your weird creep barn.
Figured this might be of interest to you.
Very nice.
I probably should have checked into that.
Home for this.
That chest
And
there.
This is for you.
All right, what do you think we got? 40 bucks? Yep. All right. Well, hey, that's like a third of a murder spree. Oh, wait.
Get some rest, girl.
I need to visit the fence while we're here. Assuming he's open for business, it's a bit late. What the hell time is it? Yeah, it's almost 1 a.m. No, I don't want to aim weapon. Hey, Seamus, what time do you open up in the morning? No, he doesn't talk at all, not right now. Okay, so instead of visiting the fence then, I want to go pay down the bounty. So, in what precinct did that murder take place? Because my bounty here is still 120 bucks. And down there I'm wanted dead or alive. And, yeah, okay. That's not so bad. So, what we'll do... Boy, everybody wants to play dominoes now. Where's the blackjack? Where's the clothing? Force misses having cats. It's so cool and chill. So is it because of school that you can't have cats right now? I'll tell you this. For all the good and bad hands that I've been dealt in life, I am very, very glad that I was not born allergic to cats or dogs. Because I would be very, very sad to not be able to interact with them. Samlander says, so Moo says they have animal instincts, so even if they're at rest, it's like you know that it's safe for you to sleep as well. I wonder if that's part of it. Like that could be sort of like a low-key subconscious element to it. Samlander says we have to exclude the cats from the bedroom. They think 3 a.m. is breakfast time. Yeah, we used to have a cat that was never more active than when... there were 2 times that cat was the most active. A, after 1 a.m. B, after visiting the litter box. He really, really wanted to let you know that he had made use of the litter box. So we learned that when he got very energetic, nope, no, you go over there until you are presentable again. Okay, not train tickets, pay bounty.
I don't even want to know where that money came from.
Awesome. So I either got away with the murder, or the murder only added fractionally onto my New Hanover bounty.
On you. Thanks, mister.
Okay, I forgot what time it is, but now we can go back into town and get a shower if we want. Not a shower. Yeah, the only problem with that plan is that it's very far away. Yeah, and there's no closer lodgings. Well, we'll head over in this direction. If we make it, we make it. It's, yeah, it's 2:30. There's no way we're gonna make it there in time. Well, in that case, alright. Then why go over there? Let's instead... I'll tell you what, let's go visit Haseo. Centrifugal Force says that's Jeff Ramsey from Rooster Teeth. The, was that the guy that took the bounty money? I think the only thing I know about Rooster Teeth is that a couple of them participated in a season of The Amazing Race when it was like a social media influencers season, and I want to say 2 people from Rooster Teeth participated, and I no longer remember what their names are. Forrest is saying, I'm thinking about getting a cat when I go to grad school, but if my parents are still in the picture or area, I probably couldn't have a cat and then go to my parents' house. Oh no, are they, so this is me reading chat, because I thought Yalta was going to follow the road for me. Alright, go this way. Get out past the farmsteads here. Tashir says that was Bernie and his wife on The Amazing Race, I assume. I forgot they were in this game until I heard Jeff's voice. Ashley and Bernie weren't married just yet. Oh, on,
You can't turn me in. This ain't
hold on. Just getting out of their way.
Got a criminal here. Yeah.
And here I was thinking that if I mentioned The Amazing Race, people would be like, what are you talking about? What is that? That's cool that people know what it is. Shadow said, had to leave suddenly. Well, welcome back. We have, I don't know where you dropped off, but we robbed a bank, we paid off the bounty, and I did a little bit of light murder. And apparently stomped that rabbit to death.
Yep.
Is that it? No, be dead, fucking asshole! I'm never gonna get perfect rabbit pelts. Alright. Let's pick this up. Let's just bring the rabbit with us. Drop it off at camp or whatever.
You alright, girl?
So the reason I'm trying to get, hold on. Switch it back to regular arrows. The reason I'm trying to get perfect rabbit pelts for anybody joining in progress is that that's the next hunting mission. I'll get it someday. I think the key is, honestly, I think that I need to not be galloping on horseback trying to shoot a fleeing rabbit, but rather make proper use of the herbivore bait and lay it out and put one right through a rabbit's eye while it's enjoying a nice meal. Shadow asked, were they innocent people? I don't know. Arthur came upon a fight. There were some shots fired, and Arthur figured that what's a few more bullets at that point? And then we took the wagon and sold it for $40 and used that to pay off the $120 bounty. What kind of honor type are you going for? So the game has a very interesting sense of morality. If we take a look here, I'm leaning up towards positive honor, but every once in a while I will get negative honor points for doing something like looting a dead body of somebody I didn't kill and also is otherwise just going to get eaten by coyotes. And the game seems to consider that a dishonorable act. It's like, all right, I'll take your word for it, game. So I guess I do want to put this rabbit someplace. All right, so we're actually going to stop back at camp. We'll donate the rabbit. Peel off the skin, find out how badly I mangled it by having to shoot it twice. Moose says the littlest Mulet has environmental allergies. Pretty sure he's allergic to cats too. We just nasal spray him every day and pills when it gets really bad. That's... It's really disappointing. You know, as I understand it, allergies are primarily... It's like your body's immune system. This is how it was explained to me, and this may be inaccurate. Your body's immune system kicking into super overdrive, like sometimes in a dangerous way, where like all of its defenses kick up to maximum, even though whatever it's trying to fight against is like cat dander or something. Like it's not actually dangerous, but the body's reaction to it can be extremely uncomfortable or even dangerous. Also, that's not what I want. I want rum, I guess. And you'd like to see that get solved, right? Because it's... I am very fortunate in that the things that I am allergic to are not things that you're likely to encounter in everyday life, more in like a surgical setting, so it's fine. But for people who are allergic to bees, for people who are allergic to peanuts...
Over here! Please, friend. You gotta help me out here. Come on, please. I'm about done here. If I don't get these shackles off soon, I'm a goner.
Alright, hold still.
There you go.
Oh, thank God. Oh, well, I have waited to hear that noise for so long.
Yeah, I bet.
I wish I could give you some money or... Well, you know, I might have something of interest. A fellow on the chain line jawed on about this little homestead owned by some lonely drunk. Yeah, he keeps a lot of money stacked away. Dead south of Rhodes, on the river.
You sure I'm the right person for this sort of information?
I ain't saying nothing.
Wait, home robbery. Oh, right. Yeah, okay. So I remember, like, one of our previous episodes, I'd wanted to come back and do, I think, the pig farm robbery.
Do with it what you will.
Yeah. Whoa, whoa.
One of the things I wonder about is...
Arthur, dumbass.
Hope you gone. Made us $1 million, Arthur.
Like, in the 1800s, were people... Like, you'd have to assume that there were still people born that had peanut allergies. Did they just, like, suddenly die very young, and it was just like, oh, that's just a thing, and it was unclear? Or is peanut allergies... Is that like a more recent development in sort of the human experience? It's kind of like, can you imagine living before eyeglasses were a thing? Because I would be useless. Like, I'm pretty functional, I'd say, with a good set of eyeglasses, but before having access to prescription lenses, I don't know what I would do for a living. Not archery, not sword fighting, not, I don't know, tapestry weaving. I can't see anything. So, like, I don't know. I'm sure that, well, sure is maybe not the right word, but it's interesting to think that people born 100 years from now will be very happy that they weren't born now, but I look back 100 years ago and like, man, I am pretty glad that I was born now. And someone will no doubt say, well, prescription lenses have been around for a really long time. Yeah, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you had access to it. Oh, here's the butcher. You know, if you're like some random serf living on some lord's land in, you know, some backwater English village, I doubt very much that you had access to a good eyeglass prescription. Yep, poor rabbit pelt. That's about what I get. donate.
I'm down to the scraps here now, Mr. Morgan.
Oh, relax. Here's some game meat. You know, sell a bunch of that. Kind of tempted to sell those buck antlers, but okay, that's good enough.
Good job, Mr. Morgan.
Forrest says there's varying degrees of allergies. I'm sure that peanut allergies have been around for a long time.
My girl.
Moo says, my mom gets hives from soy, even in minute amounts. There's soy in everything and vegetable oil. And also, Sam Lander says, there's some research going on that we're too clean, so our immune system goes nuts sometimes. Very Turian. No, not Turian. Crap. I've failed at my Mass Effect reference. Turians, Solarians, Asari, Krogan, and mask-wearing people. Nope, it's not going to come out.
Ain't you got nothing?
of all the, like, I forgot the name of the one race that I needed to in order to make that reference. That's cool. Wow, Force is allergic to citrus. Yeah, for the record, just because everybody else is sharing theirs, I've probably mentioned this at some point in the past. I'm allergic to opiates in almost any amount. So, like, if I go into surgery or something like that, if they try to make use of morphine or anything like that, it does deaden the pain. It also makes me extremely sick, and there's other examples of that. And I guess, like, again, sometimes when I share this, people say, like, oh, well, nausea can be a side effect of opium use and so forth. Not like this. I mean, this is really, really severe. It's just bad. Similars has nightmares about finding out that he's allergic to both wheat and corn. I had a weird dream about actually, we were talking about animals before. Just, cats. I'm not gonna share this story. I was listening to a podcast. Somebody shared a story about an animal. I will not inflict it upon the rest of you because I very much would not have wanted to hear that story.
Hey there, mister. Hey, fellas. I have a meeting with Mrs. Braithwaite. My associates are already here.
All right, that's enough. Move along now.
Thank you for following to Ravow 3000. Force says, I learned I had a sulfa allergy in the laboratory after doing an experiment. What is sulfa allergy? Is it sulfur or sulfa? No, it wouldn't be sulfur because that would be S-U-L-F-U-R. Sulfa allergy. We had to heat, hold on, I want to read this. We had to heat H2SO4 to 104 degrees centigrade when it started refluxing my eyes. And when it started refluxing, my eyes began to itch and swell. Okay, so it's an antibiotic. And Sam Lander is allergic to Seclor. Okay, so, and also, Centrifugal Force is clarifying sulfate. Yeah, I'm very lucky. I don't appear to be allergic to very much. But then again, I've never heated sulfates to 140 degrees centigrade, so maybe that would be an issue for me as well. Okay, before we go inside, I am going to take the marker off the map, because otherwise it's always going to point there. And before we go in, I'll tell you what, this is like a manor house. I feel like it's ill-considered to go in with just brimming with weaponry. Yeah, the pistols stay with me. And just in case, let's bring some throwing knives. Nope. What is... Okay, that's not what I meant. Okay.
Is everything... Sir?
Everything is fine. I just can't stop fiddling with my horse.
Please come in, sir. This way, sir. A gentleman to see you, ma'am.
So, your friend, the other liquor vendor. Hello.
Hello, ma'am.
Arthur, welcome. We were just playing cribbage. Arthur Morgan, Mrs. Catherine Braithwaite.
Nice to see you again.
Apparently. So this one, he is big and as dumb as he looks?
Well, he's surely big, but his intelligence is a matter of some conjecture. Some say he is as dumb as he looks, but I think, well, he's not quite that dumb.
So these are the boys going to Caliga Hall?
Yes, we can take care of that for you, but one hates to be coarse. There is the question of money.
Oh, we've got money, Mr. Matthews.
Paper, bonds, metal.
She ain't gonna pay you with a certified check, you Yankee numbskull.
Ain't childbirth just the most beautiful miracle? Seems a lady can birth monkeys, after all.
Hop on. I'll fill you in on the way.
No, I'm driving.
Fine. Just stop messing around. All right, let's get this over with.
You was quiet in there.
Took everything I had. That son of hers. I'll shove that silver spoon down his throat and pull it clean out of his arse. The smug fucker.
Okay. So what's she got us doing at the Gray's place?
She wants us to torture tobacco fields. Said they ain't had rain in weeks round here.
What?
Yep, using that back there.
Moonshine?
Burns faster than kerosene, that stuff. Said it'd be fitting, she did. All I'm thinking is how about I try fitting my boot up your hook now, just snotty old bitch.
Hosea really picked the right fella for tea at the manor, didn't he?
Ah, he was giving it his usual flannin'. One of these families got gold stashed somewhere, he reckons. I mean, I'm all for sticking it to rich folks. I hate rich folks. But there really better be some bloody money at the end of all this.
Hosea knows what he's doing.
Does he, though? The master finagler of nothing.
Easy, easy.
So far, we've destroyed the Braithwaites still, tried to sell the shine back to them. Now we're on this fool's errand, which I'm very much looking forward to, by the way. They was saying Old Man Gray's double security after that business at the saloon.
We just robbed their horses, too.
That was you? Jesus.
So, we're just gonna drive on in there, is that it?
Don't worry, I got a plan. Wagons go in and out of there all the time with supplies, equipment, payroll. Especially now they've taken on all that extra muscle. We're making a delivery, that's all. Just leave it to me. I can talk a dog off a meat wagon.
All right, then.
So Sam Melander's saying, as a kid that he couldn't, he was given an antibiotic, and he was complaining to his parents that it made him super itchy, and they were like, it's fine, shut up. And then he woke them up in the middle of the night because he was covered in hives. They had to go to was it the hospital? Yeah, hospital. When I was very young, I was prone to ear infections, and at one point, like, my ear hurt. My parents, like, didn't believe it, and it was only after, like, they eventually relented and went to the doctor, and the doctor was like, yeah, actually this is really severe, and if you hadn't brought him in, there could have been some hearing loss. And that was when they sort of, like, figured out, and thank goodness there wasn't. But then again, like, this story I am not sharing in, like, anger or anything, because, like, kids just say weird shit. They, make stuff up. They, it can be difficult to tell the difference between them being fanciful and imaginative versus, like, accurately relaying to you what's going on, or they can be relaying something that's real in a way that is misleading and not intentional. They just don't have the language or the vocabulary. Whoa, what is this? Wait. Uh-oh. Can anybody confirm if we're still live? Okay, Sam Landa can hear us. Okay, so the image has crashed. So this happens once in a very while. Yeah, so the game crashed, but the good news is I think that we can pick it up where we left off. So if everybody can bear with us for just a quick moment. Also, Shadow's going to lurk. Hopefully we will... Thank you very much for hanging out, but we will be back in just 1 second. The stream is not going to go dead, but we do have to step away here for 1 second. All right, with luck, it should be back up and running in just a few moments. This is something that happens... so this is just sort of a little behind-the-scenes fun fact. We did a lot of testing with Red Dead Redemption 2 to try to get it running as good as possible before we started streaming. And even so, if you look back at some of the early episodes, there was some framiness and some uneven frame timing that I think we've mostly gotten rid of, and the stream it's a good representation of what we see on stream now. However, one thing that sort of crept in during testing is that I'd say 1 out of every 10 times that we'd run the benchmark to try to like see how the current settings were running, it would just stop in exactly that way. The sound effects would keep going, and instead what we would get is the screen would freeze and the interface would go dead, and it wouldn't crash out to desktop. It would just stop there. And the sound effects would still go as though something was happening in the world, and it wasn't. So the good news is, thanks to the autosave feature here, I think we're going to pick up very close to where we left off. Probably right at the manor house. If we have to skip a cutscene, I don't think it'll be too bad. So Sam Lander's going to take off and watch anime with the wife. I'd like to ask Sam Lander what anime he watches with his wife, but the answer, regrettably, wouldn't mean very much to me. I have seen Princess Mononoke. I've seen probably at least one other anime production at some point in life. It's not really coming to mind right now. Yeah, okay, so we just got to go back into the manor house. We're going to start that mission over. But all we were doing was riding down the road, so we'll get some dialogue. Like, I've played way more anime-style games than watched actual anime, like Attack on Titan or Neon Evangelion. I'm probably not pronouncing that correctly. I'm trying to remember exactly what it is. But we're gonna skip this cutscene when we go in here. Although I do really like Haseo.
Please come in, sir.
All right, how do you oops.
This way, sir.
We'll advance this as quickly as we can. But, like, here's a good example of, like, a super anime style game. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Like, we were talking about, like, story content and so forth. I'm not sure that I can really compete with their voices as we go driving along here, but Xenoblade Chronicles 2, I think, is the gold standard. It is the game to beat for the stupidest story that I actually really got into.
That smug fucker.
Okay. So what's she got us doing at the Gray's place?
But rather than complete with their voices, I just want to read that Sam Lander says, we're currently watching That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, So I'm a Spider, So What, and my next life as a villainess, All Routes Lead to Doom. I assume those are 3 separate products. So That Time I Got Reinstated as a Slime, So I'm a Spider, So What, and my next life as a villainess, All Routes Lead to Doom. I assume those are 3 separate products and not all one thing with that very long title. 3 separate products.
Using that back there.
Moonshine?
Burns faster than kerosene, that stuff. Said it'd be fitting, she did. All I'm thinking is how about I try fitting my boot up your hook now, just snotty old bitch.
Yeah, how are the volume levels? Can I talk over them? I find their voices very distracting, but we sort of just heard this part.
He's got gold stashed somewhere, he reckons. I mean, I'm all for sticking it to rich folks. I hate rich folks. There really better be some bloody money at the end of all this.
Hosea knows what he's doing.
Does he, though? The master finagler of nothing.
Easy, easy.
So far, we've destroyed the Braithwaite still, tried to sell the shine back to them.
Well, I can say this. My feelings towards, like, the fact that I haven't seen a lot of anime is by no means like a lack of interest in anime. It's just, you know, I would need to... I've never had a friend or somebody who was, like, super into, like... Okay. I've never had somebody who knew enough about anime and knew enough about my taste to be like, okay, here's some anime that you would like. I will say that when I was young, I have a vague recollection of liking Robotech. Does that count as anime? I feel like it does. Voltron, really like that.
That wagon looks like you can handle the ball.
I don't remember exactly which turn here. I think it was right here was where it crashed last time. And if I was to guess, what happens is, as the game goes to load in, like, the next section of the world, something goes wrong.
You not worried about them Greys, English?
Excuse me?
You not worried about them Greys?
In what sense?
Well, they knows you.
Yeah, maybe you're right. You know what? Here. I'll go hiding back, if you can act naturally and stop us from getting into a fight before we're ready.
I will try.
Yes. Try and do an impression of a human being.
I'm not going to go that far. We're here. Stay out of sight. I'll do the talking.
Hey, hold it right there.
Hold.
What you want, boy?
There was a thing at the saloon.
What you talking about?
Well, I'm delivering the supplies.
You're not the usual driver.
You want a bottle, friend? Here. Have a wee drop. I'm new. I mean you no harm. I've come from Donegal, in Ireland.
You don't say.
Yeah. They said you'd understand. Some kind of incident at the saloon in town. I was told to bring this up here. Ask no questions, I'll tell you no lies, sort of business. Before the officials got there, they said.
Okay. Drive this way. I'll show you how to get there.
Oh, thank you, friend. Have a drink, Sean.
Hamish.
Good to meet you, Hamish. Fine bit of country you've got here. Not as fine as Connemara, but fine nonetheless.
My people come from Scotland.
Is that right? Then you and I are nearly brothers.
Grumpy says there's a lot of very good anime. I like movies better than series. I will say that like Attack on Titan looks interesting to me, although I've heard that
It's getting so I can barely keep track of all these deliveries coming in.
Yeah, and they said they was looking for more drivers in town. I jumped at the chance. I never been a feller to kick a bit of honest work out of bed. So, you folks been having a hard time of it, have you?
Yeah, Mr. Gray's got a heap of problems right now with another family around here. Bunch of covetous lowdowns trying to sabotage his livelihood. Disgusting.
Oh dear, I'm sorry to hear that, Hamish. Sounds like you definitely deserve that drink.
You don't know the half of it. Just in there.
Right you are.
I've heard some non-specific, ungreat things about the way that the manga ends, but I don't know anything about it.
The horse is like a swift one, do they? Excuse me? Nothing. It's grand.
Also, I like the springs that the seat is sitting on.
Quite a place you boys have got here. Reminds me of one of them big houses out in Donegal. Real fancy places they was, Hamish. Real fancy. Because if some folks got all the money, they can build quite the fanciest places imaginable, eh? Well, the average man sups on shite, yeah? Okay, you can hold up in here till it gets dark. How you getting on? Good. Nearly got these things ready.
Okay. There's plenty of guards out there. Here's how I feel we should deal with things. You head over to the dry barn.
Sure. And you?
I'm gonna deal with the fields themselves. We coat everything in moonshine, and then we light things up with these little fellers here. Thankfully, it ain't rained, and that old barn over there should go up like a torch.
How many of these boys you think you need?
This should do it. Let's head out the back. Look, once they get wind of us, there'll be no turning back, so move quickly.
Of course. I'm rebel stock, boy. I was born burning down manor houses.
We'll burn quietly.
Okay.
There's someone coming on the left.
Actually, here's something. People are really gonna dislike this. So, we watched the Netflix live-action version of Death Note.
Oh, hey.
And I really liked it. Like, I had a great time watching that movie. I only knew sort of generally of the premise.
What you got there?
Tools, payroll.
Okay. Drop it by the supply shed at the back of the fields.
Sure. See you later.
You hear that? Payroll.
Yeah. Let's get this job done first, okay?
I'll take care of this fella.
And I guess it was bad that everyone in the world says it was bad, but I don't know. I thought it was very clever. I liked it a lot.
Okay.
Guards will not be able to see you as easily. Okay, so let's... I'm holding down right trigger. We're pouring moonshine in this yellow area.
Alright.
Good.
Next.
Now, bear in mind, I have not seen, like, the Death Note anime, right? So I don't have anything to compare it against. A friend of ours had talked about the Death Note anime, and it doesn't sound that like interesting. I didn't think, but the live action movie came out and it's like, okay, well this seems approachable. It's sort of like gonna bundle this together into a. I want to run. Do we have any idea on how long it's gonna take this guy to turn around? I'll tell you what. I think I gotta just chill out. I think I gotta wait here. It's tempting to go, but he could turn around right when I'm trying to cross the road, and if I just wait for him to go there, hopefully... Now, there is somebody over to the right. See that person? But they're sort of not facing this direction. Oh, shit.
Christ, I'm bored.
Okay. That didn't feel good. Yeah, Grumpy is saying the last one that he watched was Weathering with You. Also, Force said that Attack on Titan is almost too gory. I remember having a point in my life when I didn't think anything would be too gory, and then I watched things like Brightburn, where the gore is just so pointless. It's just there for the shock value. Or, like, I've never seen Hostel, but I kind of feel like that falls in the same category. I like horror. Not a big fan of what they call torture porn. Most of you guys just find it uninventive. It's like, okay, so we're gonna think up the most... Oh, I want to go faster. I want to go faster. All right. These plants are not very large or very thick compared to the others, so I don't feel good about my level of exposure in here.
That should do it.
All right. I feel like distance is our friend over here. But yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 has what I feel is a very, very anime-like plot about the power of friendship and the horrors of war and the nature of life and the rights of non-human sapient entities. I mean, like it covers a lot of ground, and the story in Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is very, very stupid, and I just enjoyed it so much, and I thought that the voice acting in it was... I loved all of the voice actors in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, like to a person. I thought that everybody in that game was so good. Nobody in the game sounds like you expect them to be. Like, if you look at... I'm just letting you know, if you look at, like, pictures of the cast of Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and you imagine in your head what any of those characters are going to be like, I'm just letting you know that you're wrong. Like everybody's voice is deeper than you think it will be. There's a cooler variety of accents than you expect. So I'm very worried about that guy right there. See him across the way? So I'm actually going to wait right here. Oh, 34% must be how much moonshine I have left. For a second, I was like, that's the percentage of fields that need to burn or whatever. Okay, let's try to get across the way behind this person. Run. Okay. Now, it should be smooth sailing, I hope. Fingers crossed. Also, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 really knows how to create a spectacle. The gameplay is okay. And I know that I've talked in earlier streams and earlier like playthroughs about the fact that I had to watch not one, but multiple videos trying to explain what the combat system in Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is. And even now, like, it's been enough weeks, enough months that I don't think that I could describe it accurately, but trying to talk about what the combat loop is in Xenoblade makes you sound like a crazy person. It is so many competing systems layered on top of one another. It is borderline incomprehensible, and the videos that I watched were very well made, and it made no difference because it is so far removed from the way that like regular video games are made. But what really kept me dialed in was as you progress through the story, and especially at the beginning, especially at the ending of a chapter, but at the beginning and ending of every chapter, and usually at key plot points as you went through, there would be these huge, bombastic, and so like not always like huge action packed, but these like really like soulful, impactful character moments between people. Some of them entirely unearned. Then you have these huge action sequences or these like grand standoffs, and I gotta say it worked every time. Burn the barn.
Think she'll go, Arthur?
Equip fighter bottles. Hold on. I am trying.
You got a fire bottle, right?
Okay. Working on it. And...
Woohoo! Would you look at that? Yeah. Now let's burn those bloody fields to the ground. You pay for this! You get those fields properly going. Got some horses from the stables. Come on.
Not right now. We got company. Look out!
Oh, really? Just the pistols, okay. I very much like the shoulder-high wall for this standoff. Oh! Okay, get down, Arthur.
Come on!
There we go. Now I can see what I'm shooting at. That doesn't mean I can hit it, but seeing seems like a good place to start.
They seem to be taking it well.
This is a goddamn mess. There goes out right out of here.
The wagon we saw come in earlier. You can nick the horses from that.
All right, where is it?
This way. Shit. All of the bastards.
Oh, not...
They didn't tell you there'd be an army of them?
They didn't tell me nothing.
Oh, the twin pistols are probably better at medium to close range fighting.
Real well for this.
Bloody right. I'm gonna walk your
For distance shooting, the single pistol seems to offer greater stability and accuracy.
This is what it's all about. Oh, Arthur.
Glad you're having fun.
Also, I lost my hat. Maybe this guy's got one.
There it is. Maybe
No.
you haven't unloaded that cash yet.
All right, come on, we'll take those horses.
Well, let's see if the payroll is actually in there.
Hurry up.
Oh, boy! We did good, Morgan! We did good!
Great, but let's go.
Okay, if he's gonna take a minute, I'm gonna take that white horse instead. No.
Okay, let's get the hell out of here, fast.
You right, follow me!
This horse is really second guessing his choice of riders.
Straight out the main gate! Come on!
This horse is enormous, by the way.
You call that a party?
That Braithwaite had got our money's worth, Arlie.
Let's just get out of here first.
I think this horse is like 30% bear.
I think we lost him.
That we did.
Quite a night.
Sure.
Interesting little fight Dutchess put us into the middle of here.
I hope him and Jose are right and that there's some money at the end of it.
Well, what now?
Head on back to camp.
You coming?
Yeah.
Sure.
I think this is the first time that I accepted the yes, let's go back to camp together option. Yeah, look, I cannot speak to the quality of Death Note for people who have, like, read the manga or seen the anime or anything else, but in terms of, like, a live-action movie for people who haven't seen either of those two things, I thought it was really neat.
Here we are. Home sweet home.
You let Hosea know how we got on.
Will do. Hey, you got any tobacco? I'm busting for the smoke.
Okay, silver, not too bad. Douse the fields within 2 minutes 20 seconds. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Again, once you sort of have your path set, I bet you could do that, and then kill 5 grays during the escape. Really? I didn't get 5 in all those bullets? That's a little bit disappointing. Okay, and bear horse, you got to go. No, hold on. Lead. Okay. Pat. Good horse. Okay, now go away. Where's the flee button? Flee doesn't work. Okay. Well, maybe somebody else will hang out with you. Force wants to buy this game. What's the difference between the not sales price $99, the $60 Ultimate versus regular editions? I think Force, as far as I know, it's entirely online stuff, which is why with all the options on the table, we went with just the regular edition. If you want to do the online stuff, I think you get like extra gold bars to spend in online, and there might be access to an additional thing. Let me just say that you can always get that stuff later, and it would probably be on sale, and you can get it through Green Man Gaming and so forth.
Things all right?
Like, okay, actually, so let me find my way back to my tent because I want to put my hat back on. So here's the thing that we started the stream with, and I thought we would circle back to, and then we got distracted by a million other things, but Force actually just reminded me of it. So, based on what's in the package, I will be a real advocate for buying the more advanced versions of the... of games, at least for myself. Like, I think that everybody should get the version that best suits them and so forth. But like Force is doing right now, I do look at what's in there. You know, I'm not going to fork over an extra $40 for no reason. And my memory is that when we looked at the different versions of Red Dead Redemption 2, the more advanced version was all online stuff. And I knew right away, nope, I'm just not going to invest very heavily in online. And if that changes, I can always pick that stuff up later. Force is saying, because I think it's $40 for the standard and then $60 plus for the online plus stuff. So this is going to be the end of the stream, the main stream for today. So if anybody's watching this VOD in the future, you could jump ahead to the next episode, because what we're going to do is jump out to the main menu. I think, no, hold on. Let's do a manual save. Just good practice. That was our first crash of this game that we saw earlier. All right, and now we'll go back, and we'll go to exit, and this should take us back to the main menu. And the reason I want to go back to the main menu is, so if you look up there at the top right where it says online, like, that's like, this version that we bought does have online in it. Now, what it doesn't have is, here's an extra stack of gold bars and this extra outfit and like whatever else. So I believe, Force, that if you take a look, all of those extras are for the online stuff. And if you like what you see of the story, that's all going to be in the, like you get that in just the regular $40 edition. As far as I'm concerned, like, I'm trying to remember if they unlock like an additional path or something in the online. I looked at it and said that's not gonna be worth my time, so I took a hard pass on the more elaborate version of Red Dead Redemption 2, and I say that as someone who's very much enjoying the single player playthrough. The same thing would be true for Grand Theft Auto 5. Is another good example of, they've got the base game includes access to online, it's a really good game. Or you can spend a lot more money to get, like, basically extra cash that you can then spend in the online. If you go deep into the online world, that might be worth it to you. But for me, I was like, nope, I'm good with the offline version. Also, the Rockstar sale. There is a Rockstar sale until the 1st of April. Highly recommend L.A. Noire. We have that not on PC, though. I think it's PlayStation 4? Did they port it over to the PlayStation 4? I think so. And have not played it. I have played Bully all the way through. Fun fact about Bully. I played Persona 3. And I was very much into Persona 3. I really, really got into Persona 3. And when I was done with Persona 3, I wanted another game that would keep those, like, that feeling of being in a high school ecosystem alive more, because I was like, Persona 3 is over and I don't get to play it anymore, but is there something similar to it? So I played Bully. Bully is not Persona 3. Bully is not Persona 3 by a wide shot, but I did very much enjoy it. It took me some time to warm to it because I had come into it with very incompatible expectations for what it actually is, but having played it through, I do agree with people that it's one of the most cohesive and coherent worlds that Rockstar has made. I kind of feel like Red Dead Redemption 2 is swinging for those same fences because it is just so well put together. But Bully is such a, like, it's small area, and I don't say that as any sort of detriment to it. That's not a bad thing about it. It gives Rockstar the opportunity to put their attention to detail into a much, much smaller area. Now, Bully is probably going to feel, to newcomers, very primitive in comparison to something like GTA 5 or Red Dead Redemption 2. But that's not to say that there's not a lot to discover there. And I remember really enjoying the world of Bully, played it all the way through and had a good time. That was years before streaming. That was an Xbox 360 game for me. So this is where we're going to end. And this is an altogether unrelated topic. I really thought we'd circle back, but we wound up doing a lot of story content, so it was lots of dialogue. So at the beginning of the stream, I talked about the fact that I Life is Strange is a game that meant a whole lot to me for reasons that I cannot go into here, but I thought that game left a big impression on me. That game left a big mark. So when the word came out that they were going to do a prequel series, I had the reaction that most people do when they talk about prequel series and said, but why? Why are they doing a prequel series? But that's not really the point. What happened during development is that Life is Strange Before the Storm was being developed during the SAG-AFTRA strike. And as a result, Ashley Birch, who played she was the voice actor for one of the major characters in the main game, and it was going to be about her character that the prequel story is told, and she consulted on the story. She worked with the writers. She worked on sort of like the character development. But when it came time to voice the character, she said, I cannot voice the character because I'm honoring the SAG-AFTRA strike. And as a result, I don't know this, but based on my limited understanding of the way that games are put together, the company, Deck Nine, was probably faced with a choice. You can't just not release the game. Like, you can't just wait until the strike is over. The strike was not directed at Deck 9. It wasn't like Deck 9 has done bad stuff, so as a result, we are, like, specifically boycotting them. The strike was against a number of large publishers, among them Square Enix, and as a result, they were boycotting any work on any sort of Square Enix products, which in this case involved Before the Storm. So Ashley Birch worked with them in every capacity except as an actor, and when faced with a choice of shelve the project, fire everybody, and it probably never gets released, or continue with the timetable and go with non-union labor, they did the second thing. I really want to play Before the Storm. Hello to Drienne. So we're done with this, and now we're talking about this. So they could release a game called Life is Strange, Angel is an ugly moron and we don't like him. And I would still not only play it, not only buy it, but I'd probably advocate for it because I've really liked the first Life is Strange. But I made the decision not to play Before the Storm because of the fact that it went with non-union labor. And also, not for nothing, but I read at the time, Ashley Birch was, I like this project, I support this project, I give it my best. They found a really good voice actor to play Chloe, and I believe in this project. She didn't tell people to go buy it, but she was supportive of it in theory. After it came out, I remember seeing an interview with her, and I don't remember where it was, but Ashley Birch gave an interview where she talked about how hard it was to walk away from that project and how hard it was not to voice the character of Chloe, and that what really hurt was seeing people play the game online and say, oh, like, this voice actor is every bit as good as Ashley Birch, like, I don't even miss her and stuff. And they weren't saying it to her. They were just like, oh, we really like this. And I want to be clear that I'm not standing up for Ashley Birch here. I'm standing up for unions. The fact that Ashley Birch has also spoken very eloquently about how difficult it was for her personally to abandon that project to stand by her morals and her beliefs means that, like, if she can do it, I can do it. I don't have that level of attachment to Chloe in that I am not personally Chloe, but if she can walk away from it, then I can, as a player, say, I'm going to make a moral choice that I'm not going to participate in this because Square Enix needs to understand that they have to treat their actors well and that this boycott has teeth. That's my thought on it. And I had, like, long since I've talked about this from time to time because I want to encourage the idea among game developers that if and when they choose to unionize, lifelong gamers like me will be there to support it. I want to share stories like this so that they understand that if Ashley Birch can walk away from that game, so can I. And if I can stop playing games because they're under boycott because game developers have unionized because they're sick of being treated like garbage, believe me, others will as well. But that's not the topic for today. The topic for today was, I had long since come to peace with the fact that I was not going to play Before the Storm, and that's why it doesn't like come up every day or anything like that. But Square Enix has outsmarted me, because now what they've done is they have announced that for the third Life is Strange game, there's going to be an Ultimate Edition, and that's where we come back to what Force was talking about. The Ultimate Edition of Life is Strange True Colors, which I'm inclined to get, is going to come with a remastered edition of Life is Strange, which they could charge me $80 for just remastered Life is Strange, and I'd be happy with it. But it's also going to come with Before the Storm. Presumably that will also be remastered. I want to play Life is Strange True Colors. And again, I don't know anything about it because I don't need to know anything about it. Okay, I know a couple things. I know that it's made by Deck 9, which is the same studio that did Life is Strange. I know that Deck 9 originally was going to go with union voice labor for Before the Storm, so I assume that they are this time since there's no strike going on. If that turns out not to be the case, that might change my opinion on this. And I am ready to put my money where my mouth is. I love Life is Strange. I want to support the product. I'm inclined to get the Ultimate Edition. And the fact that it comes with a remastered edition of Life is Strange is great. It's also going to come with this other product, which once I've already bought it and I've paid for it, and I appear to be the only person in the entire world that cares about this, like, it never occurred to me. I never allowed for the possibility that Square Enix was going to find some way to package Life is Strange Before the Storm into something that I was going to buy by dint of the other things in the package. So I'm sort of left with A, don't buy the Ultimate Edition and just buy the regular edition of True Colors. B, we'll see, it like every version, like they're going to release remastered as a separate product, but it's still going to have Before the Storm in it. So I can just buy it at like a regular price and just not play Before the Storm. But frankly, like, here's my thing. At that point, I don't know who I'm making the point to, right? Because, like, I do want more Life is Strange in the world. Like, I do want to support the franchise, and I want to support the people that make it and care about it. So at that point, why would I not? And it seems like the only other option is just never get the remastered edition, because it also includes this other product made by a different studio, by Deck 9, that includes scab voice actors. And I don't know. I really don't know how I feel about this. So let's read through. Dren says, hey, yeah, I caught a tiny bit of it, so I popped back in. Did you and I ever discuss my issues with the Life is Strange games, Angel? No, not yet. And partially because I have not played Life is Strange 2. That I suspect will be coming at some point this year. Grumpy is saying, the thing is, the studio is not a US studio, and the replacement actress was not a non-union voice actress. Really? Hold on, Grumpy. That is new information. She was not a non-union U.S. actress. Interesting. So Dran is saying, aren't they going to release True Colors on their own? Yes, they are, as well as the collection. Yes, that's true. And Grumpy says, wait, the first one was from Don't Nod Entertainment, not Deck 9. Yes. So Life is Strange was made by Don't Nod. I believe Life is Strange 2 was made by Don't Nod. Both Before the Storm and I believe True Colors are made by Deck 9. And I one thing I want to make very clear here, I've never heard a bad word about Before the Storm. By all accounts, it's very good. And that's part of where I'm coming to it from. It's very easy for me to say that I am not going to play Marvel Superheroes 2, which is another game from... Who published that? Was that Activision? I don't remember. That was another game that also used non-union voice acting because it was made during the SAG-AFTRA strike. That game is also bad. like, I've heard that game is loaded with bugs. I think it was Jeff Cork said that he'd played every Lego game up until then. He had gotten like S ranked or platinumed on pretty much all of them, and he never encountered as severe and pervasive game crashing bugs than he had with Marvel Superheroes 2. So I don't get to really, land a stance about the fact that I'm not going to buy and play that game because it's garbage. Like, it doesn't mean anything. The fact that Before the Storm is a good game that I'm choosing not to play, that's where you're sort of like standing up for something, I feel, and it's something that I care about. Grumpy says, I checked and I'm just plain wrong. Hey, no worries here. Centrifugal Force says, full offense, Marvel Superheroes sucks. I've only played a little bit of the first one. I heard the second one is garbage. Marvel Superheroes 2. The second one was trash, she says. And Grumpy says, ignore me. Centrifugal Force says, the first one was amazing. And also, Force says, I've been there. Oh, yeah, no. If everybody got shamed off of Twitch for ever being wrong, then none of us would be here. Least of all me. I'm the king of being wrong. Yeah, so here's the thing. I'm not mad at Deck 9 for the decision that they made. I earnestly believe that they made the only decision that was available to them that still produced... Okay, it just turned off my controller. That still produced a game. And I think it... Like, I am very glad that Before the Storm exists for the people that did play it and loved it. And loved those characters. Like, that game deserves to exist. I've chosen not to play it because I don't like the way in which it was made. And that's different from condemning the people that made it. It's sort of a weird catch-22. It's not a catch-22 in any way. It's sort of a weird situation where I want to support the union more than I want to play the video game that I want to play. And that's sort of like where I land on it. However, at what point is it no longer supporting the union if the studio, if the strike has been won, the studio is now making a game with presumably regular union voice acting, and this product is being packaged in with 2 other products that I'm planning to play. And bear in mind, one possible outcome from this is I get the full package and I still choose to never play Before the Storm. That does remain as a possibility. I haven't decided, but it really does feel, when I saw the news today, it was like, oh my god, more Life is Strange. Oh my god, remastered Life is Strange. Oh, look what it comes with. So, Drian is saying an agreement was reached on September 23rd, 2017, ending the 340-day strike. Yeah, you don't get credit for giving your money and not playing, in my opinion. Right, and that's sort of the issue. Like, also, and here's something to consider, what was not won at the end of the strike was residuals for the voice actors. So, when we discuss buying Life is Strange, like remastered Life is Strange, it's not like Ashley Birch or the woman who played the other main character. I don't want to say too much about it because it's not a Life is Strange podcast, but it's not like the actors get more money from that purchase. So it does exist as a possibility. Like, here's another possibility. Just buy True Colors, wait 9 months, and then get Life is Strange remastered at a very deep discount, at which point, like, the money that wasn't paid is the part that didn't go towards Before the Storm. It's just like talking it through, because it is, the cage I'm in is, I want more Life is Strange. I want more writing of that quality. I want more game mechanics that are that interesting and that empowering, and I want the people that made it to know that I like their product because I pay money towards it. And to the exact same degree and the opposite direction, I want the publisher that put out Before the Storm to understand that I can't support their product because it was made with scab labor. And the best way to communicate that is to not engage with it monetarily, to not pay money for it. And they've got them both in the same package. And it's like, boy, just flip a coin. So Drian says, even if somebody bought me Quantic Dream games, I would not stream them, but that's a different situation. Yeah, like, and I've previously made that stance. If somebody bought us Before the Storm, because I've made it very clear, for me it's not just about the money, it really is about the principle. Before the Storm has been on sale for less than $3, and I have not bought it, not at that price. And I've said to people, if you gift it, we will not play it, because I don't want anybody to put money towards that product on our behalf. But I do want to put our money towards Life is Strange Remastered and True Colors. So that it's just sort of like, I don't know that this is going to get resolved today, but I just thought it was an interesting topic of conversation. Forrest is saying, how is Star Wars Battlefront 2 84 gigs? Oh, Forrest, I'm just letting you know, there's so much more to be disappointed about in that game than just the size. Star Wars Battlefront 2 might hold the record as the only game that we set up to play on stream, did an official episode 1, and said at the end of episode 1, there will never be an episode 2. I thought that game's single-player campaign was seeping garbage disposal water trash. I disliked it very much, and like, I hear it's a great multiplayer game. If people want to jump in and play multiplayer with their friends or solo, and I feel like they've fixed that star card stuff. I've heard good things about it, but I'm just letting you know, do not pick that one up for the single player campaign. And I don't mean in story wise. Like there's room to disagree about story. There is the gameplay mechanics of that single player campaign are indefensible. It's awful. I didn't mean to get off onto another topic, but Star Wars Battlefront 2, I think that we picked it up for like probably about $5 or $10 when it was on sale. I don't begrudge the cost, and it might be fun to play multiplayer, but I will never touch that single player campaign again. And I feel bad for the people in it. I feel bad for Mitch Dyer that wrote it. I feel bad for the woman who played Iser Orden, whatever her name is. And I'd probably recognize the actress's name. Javinkar? Oh, Christ. I don't remember her name. But, like, she was so excited to play that character. And, like, yeah, I'm going to be in a Star Wars game. And this is great. And, like, you want to be excited for it. But then you play that wretched campaign with its terrible level design. And, like, these invisible boundaries and this brain-dead AI. And the guns feel bad. It was in every way an abomination. Oh, man, I did not enjoy that game. Anyway. Brand says, in the case of the strike, that was one of the many issues. But about the residuals, maybe? So Drian says, allowing horrible working conditions that include injury to vocal cords is ultimately worse, in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, the strike was about a lot of things. The strike was about a lot of things, more than I can recount here. And they won on a lot of the very important issues. I am disappointed they didn't win residuals, because I feel like that would have set up a case for game developers to, like, if game developers felt and understood that they could unionize in order to get paid properly for the games that they make, I feel like that might get them more incentivized to unionize. But I'm not a game developer. I don't know what I'm talking about. No one should listen to me. With Quantic Dream, it was more about the treatment of women and minorities, which is why I won't support them. Understood. Yeah, Quantic Dream, I understand what you mean, Drian. Grumpy says, I feel the strike itself is the internal way of solving this. Boycotting is used against unionization itself, and that's even worse in the long run. Centrifugal Force says, like when everyone was losing their mind because all the Pokemon were not in the new one. Oh, well, I'm only grabbing because it's on sale and multiplayer is amazing. Yeah, for real, if the multiplayer is your thing, I think that you'll have I've heard very good things about how they've renovated the multiplayer in Battlefront 2. I think that you'll enjoy it. It is specifically the single player that I speak to. Back to Pokemon, people wanted devs to work overtime to put Pokemon in the game. Yeah, I don't think that a healthy way to do game development is to listen to the fans. I think that fans can provide feedback on game systems that don't work as intended. I feel like they can provide feedback on things that are unclear from a tutorial or a mechanical standpoint. I feel like fans can provide vision into tactics that are maybe undiscovered by the devs, that are overpowerful or underpowerful. I feel like there's a lot of good that can come out of group sourcing game development. What you don't want to do is ask fans what they want to see, because their ideas will be bad. And I say that as a fan. Game developers worked very hard to get to where they are because they have good ideas. They have studied it. I feel like game design should be put in the hands of professionals, and then maybe tweaking and improvements can be, fans can be invited into that process. But how did I get on this? Oh, that people wanted Pokemon devs to work overtime to get all of the Pokemon to the game. No. I think I'm probably with Force here. No. The developers had an idea. They said, okay, we're going to pare the list down to this list of Pokemon because we're going to balance the game around this, and this is the size and scope of the adventure that we're going to do. And if people who like Pokemon, like me, didn't like that decision, which I have no opinion on that decision, then fuck them. You have to make the game. If you scramble to refit your game depending on the fan feedback from a bunch of people who haven't even seen what you're working on yet, they haven't even put their hands on it, that is not a reliable way to make a game design. You got to focus on what you can do reasonably in the time and budget that you have, and worry about what haters are going to say later on. Dran says, no, sweatshops are obviously worse, but that doesn't mean that 80-hour work weeks without proper compensation, fear tactics, harassment, and micromanaging are not also something that needs to be stopped, as I'm sure you also know. Centrifugal Force also says game devs aren't sweatshop workers. Yeah, game development, though, it's a rough industry. Yes, there's other people in the world that have it worse. There's also people in the world, like the voice actors, that have a union to support them, that have successfully negotiated for better working hours, fair compensation, and proper vision into the nature of the products that they're working on. And, they had to go on strike, and they had to fight for that. And people like Ashley Birch had to give up participation in projects that they really passionately cared about to get those rights for other actors, and that matters. That's really important, I think. So, yes, others have it worse, others have it better. It doesn't mean that we shouldn't they should all have it better. I feel like that's my goal. Grumpy says, I feel like the strike is different. I think post-strike boycotting forever isn't a good strategy. My feeling on it is, if the game is made with non-union labor to get around the effects of the strike, and then afterwards everybody shake hands and a new deal is made, then I feel like the studio kind of got away with it. They still got to, not the studio so much as the publisher rather. The publisher got away with it. Now, Square Enix has the money. They could have told everybody, you know what? We're going to keep you guys on... We're going to pay, even though the game doesn't come out, and we will wait until it can have the voice actors. That money does exist. It's not profitable business to pay game developers to not finish their game, but the money does exist. Square Enix is a very, very wealthy company, and they could have done that if they chose. So if they chose not to, and they, agreed with the pressure to go with non-union labor, and then the game comes out, and then I buy it, it feels like it cheapens the value of the strike. This is my internal thinking. I'm not saying I'm right. This is how I've sort of arrived at this position previously. Dren says there is no strike for many of the companies that are an issue. Voting with my dollar and by not advertising them is the only way I can do anything. If the other option is just consume the product and pretend everything is fine, I know which way I'm going. Yeah, and like we each have our lines that we want to draw, and here's the line that I want to draw, and here's where I sort of come to it. I don't work in game development. I cannot tell them that they have to unionize. I can't tell them that they would be smart and the games would be better and their lives would be better, because I don't work in the industry. I only have the vision from an external person. What I can say to them, and what I want to be able to communicate to them, is that in the event that game developers working for Capcom or Square Enix or Electronic Arts or CD Projekt Red do unionize, if they say we are highly skilled workers, we are not going to. Hello to Mio. We are not going to continue to work these 80-hour work weeks. We're not going to agree to these contracts where we come on and work on a game and then get fired at the end of every project. This sort of like gig economy treatment of highly skilled workers is demeaning to us, while the game publishers are raking in millions and millions of dollars off the backs of our effort, and we're not going to do it anymore. In the event that they do unionize, we're there with them. I will participate in those boycotts. I will participate in those strikes by voting with my dollar. And nobody who works on Life is Strange watches this stream. Ashley Birch will never know, and I guarantee you would never care about the fact that this is the position that I've struck, but it is the position that I've struck. And I don't know what to do about the fact that now it's like packaged in with another thing that, like, the people who work at Don't Nod, they do deserve money from me for their product. For Life is Strange. I want to vote with my dollar to say this game meant a lot to me. These characters meant a lot to me. And I want to see more Life is Strange, specifically from the folks at Don't Nod, if they're willing to make it. So, I don't know. That's sort of my thing. Grumpy says, I think there's a different scope here. I'm talking about boycotting a product during a strike. General company behavior is a different calculation, in my opinion. And that, again, Grumpy, you make a good point, because that goes into it. No one, including me, is accusing Deck 9 of malfeasance here. They sort of made the decision that they had to, and that's sort of where that is. Like, it would be easier. It would be easier if Deck 9, like, had other strikes against them here, like baseball strikes, had other allegations against them, because then it'd be like, oh no, fuck them all. But they don't. It was this one decision which they were kind of forced into, and I've always understood that. But that's where we are. Okay, so Centrifugal Force saying Toxic is online. We're ready to find somebody to raid, which I think we are ready to do now. That's when Mio came in. Force says, okay, but the pressure for programmers and designers is trash. I know a lot about the industry, even though I'm not personally in the industry. Some developers and programmers are treated like they work in a sweatshop. Some developers and programmers are treated like they work in a sweatshop despite doing hard technical labor. There's a reason airline workers and engineers are unionized. Not that anyone deserves to be treated poorly. And then Drian says, I'm not sure which way you're arguing, Force. Not an argument. Can you clarify what you're saying? Well, like, if I'm reading Force correctly, it sounds like we're in agreement that, like we need look no further. I need to wrap this topic up, but we need look no further than the situation with Cyberpunk 2077 and all of the information that came out after it. Yeah, Centrifugal Force is agreeing and starting the sentence with but. English Comp 1 comes back to haunt me. Like, just to close out this topic, specifically about unionization, the Cyberpunk devs, while their publisher was out there saying, hey everyone, we're the good guys. We're not going to do any crunch. Cyberpunk will come out when it's ready. We respect our developers' home lives, and we believe in a healthy work-life balance, and we're going to make sure that we can get this done with it, because we really feel bad about all the crunch during the Witcher. We learned from that. We've seen that they were making their employees crunch. I mean, they were working extreme hours for months and months and months. I want to say years, but I can't say that accurately at this moment because I don't have it in front of me. The company, the publisher, was straight up lying to everyone, and the people that worked at the company knew it. They knew their employer was lying, and they're not allowed to say anything, because if anybody does, they get fired. If anybody talks out against the crunch period, they get fired. If anybody calls in sick too many times, especially in like the quality assurance team, they get fired. They're treated as disposable cogs because the company is convinced that if they put the fear of God into them, if they put the fear of unemployment into them and losing their benefits and everything else, that they can shock the employees into all remaining on staff, even though they're highly skilled workers. And if they all unionize, if those people unionize, there's like you can look at job sectors that require less training and education and see, okay, I can kind of understand why unionizing this sector might not work as well. But like when we look at Hollywood, not only are the actors unionized, but so are all the tradesmen, all the people that work behind the set. Like a movie set, I saw the quote, is best thought of as a construction site, and for a couple hours every day, some pretty people walk through and play pretend. Like a film set, a television set, is a hugely complex setting with a lot of trades and craftsmen that are rushing around conducting all of these complex tasks. They're very, very highly skilled, and realized at some point in human history that they could unionize, that they could say, hey, you can't find a replacement for all of us. And as a result, for all of the other problems that Hollywood and the entertainment industry has, at least they have unions to fight for their rights, to stand up for them. And in the case of the SAG-AFTRA strike that led to all the video game stuff that we're talking about, to stand up for the rights of their voice actors. They don't have to shout into a microphone at the top of their lungs for 14 hours a day or whatever, like ridiculous things that they were being asked to do. Those demands are now metered by the union coming by and saying, you cannot treat our skilled workers like they're disposable, because then we just won't work with you at all. That's a powerful message, and game developers, I would like them to feel more comfortable striking a similar stance. I feel like if people like me don't adhere, don't, if it's not clear to them that the players are going to join in their boycott, then they'll never do it. But if the game publishers, if the people that we're striking against understand that it's not just the workers, it's the players, it's the consumers that are going to join in that kind of boycott, I feel like that really would shock them apart. So anyway, that's my spiel on it. I'm going to think about it. I will say this, like, if and when there's ever a decision to play Before the Storm, my expectation would be that we would do it on stream with everyone. If for some reason we choose not to do it on stream for any reason, there would be a conversation about it. It's not, I've talked about this not only here, but in the past as well. And if there's going to be an adjustment on that based on new developments, I will be upfront about it. There's not going to be any sneaking off to play it, because I think that we should talk about, do new circumstances warrant a new position? I think that generally speaking, you have to be able to take new information in. I don't know what to make of this. So, oh no, Pharmacy, I have such bad news. We're rolling. Oh, Pharmacy, hello and welcome to everybody that came over. Hello to everybody. And Sejuka4 says that we've described every every business sector in America. Yeah, I mean, it does feel that way a lot. So, Pharmacy, thank you so much for the raid. Unfortunately, we are just wrapping up because we're going to go find somebody else to raid, because we had a great stream of Red Dead Redemption 2 and then finished up talking about the only development details about Life is Strange and Deck 9 versus Don't Nod versus like Square Enix and the whole thing. So we were just sort of doing an extended outro. For real, thank you very, very much for the raid. And Pharmacy, if I can ask, you were playing Life is Strange. Well, there we go. I have not, Pharmacy, by the way, I have not teased out from watching your streams if you were playing it for the first time. I will say nothing about it either way, but I've been lurking in your streams because Life is Strange is a game that meant a great deal to me, and it meant so much that I would never be able to play it again. I really, really liked it. I hope that you are enjoying it as much as I did, but it is a game that is, for me, a foundational part of my past, and not something that I like lurking in your stream, is the point. So, unions are not fans of boycotts. I follow the union's decision when it's clear. So Grumpy is raising a lot of good and valuable points. I'm very glad that Grumpy is here to provide some additional perspective, because he's not wrong at all. Drian is saying when there's a union to follow. Pharmacy is saying I love Life is Strange. Now, Pharmacy, is this your first playthrough? And I'm not going to say anything about the game one way or the other, but I've just been curious about it because, yeah, Life is Strange was a big damn deal to me. One of the reasons that I'm looking forward to doing a playthrough of Life is Strange 2 is because even though it is its own story with its own characters, because it's part of the franchise, I do feel like it would be the one opportunity I would have to open the door and maybe do a little episode 0 about the first game and my deeply felt respect for it. Pharmacy says this is his second playthrough. He played the Xbox One version about 5 years back. Grumpy says I have different thoughts about the failure of unionization and of a lot of industries and the general trend towards gig working for another day. Yeah, I've got to wrap it up. This has been, I think we've probably been talking for at least half an hour now, just on this title screen. Oh, and Grumpy is going to go annoy Moo. So we're going to go take a look to see who we can raid. Pharmacy and everybody that came over, thank you very, very much for the raid. I apologize that you caught us right at the end of our stream. But if you'd like to hang out, we're going to go see if we can find somebody else fun to raid. And hopefully I will have an opportunity to repay the raid back to Pharmacy in the future with the advice to people that, like, if we can go out on one note that I think we all agree on, if you have not yet played Life is Strange, I recommend it. That game was a big deal to me, and I don't want to oversell it or say anything specific to it, but I am very glad to know that there's going to be some more Life is Strange in the world. Dren says, let me know if you ever want to hear the thoughts of someone in my particular minority categories regarding the first Life is Strange. I would like to have that conversation. I don't know. We'd probably want to do it on Discord or something, because I don't imagine how it would fit into a stream. But I'd be interested to hear it. I'll say that. Okay, so let's find somebody fun to raid. You guys, thank you very much for joining me for this episode 13 of Red Dead Redemption 2, followed by an extended deconstruction of unionization in the game industry and in specific of Life is Strange. We're going to go find somebody fun to raid. And wait. I got baited. I bought the Steam version a few days back since Life is Strange 1 is the only Steam version I didn't own. Bought it at full price, and now it's on sale. But Pharmacy, can you... Oh, but it was a few days ago. Well, I'll tell you what, Pharmacy, what is the harm in writing to Steam support and saying, hey, come on. Come on. Do me a solid here. At worst, so Forrest is recommending to try and return it. So Steam is pretty specific about if it's more than 2 weeks, which it has not been, or more than 2 hours, which I think it has been, that they're not usually willing to do a refund, especially on something as short as this. But if you contact them and you say, look, I don't want to return it. Can I just get a Steam credit? Yeah, at 9 hours, they're not going to let that fly. But pharmacy, I'm just like, what the worst that's going to happen is going to say no. If you write to them to say, look, I just bought this. It's now on sale. Can I just get a Steam credit for the difference? I'm not even asking for cash. Can I just get a Steam credit for the difference? You never know. They might do it. I've had... okay, I keep saying this will be the last thing. Here's the very last thing I'll say. No matter what happens, this is the last thing I'm going to say. Once from Green Man Gaming, we made a purchase for a Steam key. The product was out of stock at the time, so I sat back and waited, and they said they'd let me know. And a week goes by, 10 days, never get an email. So I wrote to them, and I wasn't even mad. I was just like, hey, I just want to check. Do you have any note on when this might come on stock? That's all it was. Like, hey, I just wanted to, is this going to go ahead? I got back this effusively apologetic email. It didn't go on, but it was like, we are terribly sorry for this. It did come back in stock. We don't know how the system failed. Please accept, here's your key, but please accept like a $10 credit to the store, which was more than the value of the thing, by the way. I think the thing that I bought was like $7 or something like that. It's like, okay, thanks. Like, my patronage was not in danger, but you've certainly cemented it now. And that was probably the thought that they were making. So all I'm saying is like, hey, give it a shot. The worst thing that's going to happen is they're going to say, no, sorry, buyer beware. But I would like to believe that a company as wealthy as Steam is going to say, yeah, give them the difference. It's cool. Okay, that is for sure the last thing. You guys, thank you so much for this episode 13 of Red Dead Redemption 2. Hope we'll see you guys all again in the future. Pharmacy, again, thank you very much for the raid. And thank you to Malik at the very beginning of the stream for the huge gift sub bomb, followed by the cheers. As I said at the time, never expected, never required, very, very much appreciated. Malik is uniquely supportive of the stream. I hope that he gets as much entertainment out of this as the heart that he puts back into it, because, man, that's really awesome. Okay, you guys, thank you so much, and I hope you have a great night.